No. I'm only 15 minutes late. That's one thing some people got to get used to with me is that, yes, sometimes I'm late, but sometimes I'm only just a few minutes late. Yes, I know. I get it. Somebody said he pissing me off, LOL. Yes, I know. Give it all to me. And we're going to have a deep conversation about what's going on. I'm going to get straight to the point for a lot of y'all that are watching the playback, watching me live. We're going to have a deep conversation. It's going to be very unfiltered. I was going to do a YouTube video talking about the roast because a lot of y'all keep asking me to do a review on the Netflix series, the Netflix special, the roast, because Kevin Hart recently had a roast where it was a bunch of celebrities and entertainers all sitting down on the stage and they were just roasting and going in on him, and they were making all types of racist jokes and saying Kevin Hart so short this, Kevin Hart that. One of the comedians made a racist George Floyd joke saying, I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe. I feel like I'm George Floyd. It's like, something like that. Like they made a very awful joke. And y'all kept asking me to review it in my last live, but I decided to go live and talk about this because I'm trying to be consistent because the bills got to get paid. And I got to get on live because, of course, I already told you that I was going to commit to going live as much as possible this weekend. So we're going to get into stuff. So first, hey, everybody, what's up? Hey, thanks for coming in. Somebody said the roast was deep. Before I get started with what I was going to talk about, let me just promote this on my Instagram real quick because I know some of y'all are not aware that I'm live on my Instagram. So let me just promote my Instagram. The roast was very disgusting and diabolical, but it's the roast. I kind of can't take what people say too seriously because the thing about stuff like that is when it comes to the roast, that's just how shit is. It's always been like that. It's always been garbage. And I hate to say it, but the racist jokes are just part of what it is. And honestly, I think if you have to make racist jokes, then you're just lazy as fuck. Like, they're making jokes about Kevin Hart being so black, being Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, he's so short. He's this. One comedian, I think his name was Jeff Ross, he made a joke about how Kevin Hart, when it's time for him to get lynched by cancel culture, he said he has to literally get lynched by a bonsai tree, which, as we know, those little bonsai trees are those little Chinese trees that you hold in your hand. So he just made a joke about Kevin Hart having to get lynched. Like, when he gets lynched, a bonsai tree is going to be there. And it's like, that shit wasn't even funny. Like, we get it. He's short. We get it. He's black. We get it. You want to make a racist joke because you're a white guy. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'll do a whole dedicated video talking about that because the minute they opened the series and the minute they opened the roast and said, hey, I'm your host, you're a very, very white host. And then he made a joke and said, in honor of black excellence, I'm your white host. Like, he just came in out the gate just talking crazy. So I already knew what time it was. But shit like that is just lazy to me. I don't give a fuck about shit like that. And honestly, the roast can be funny. It just depends on who's hosting. Like, I remember they roasted Charlie Sheen back in the day. Like, back in the day when Charlie Sheen had his, HIV/AIDS scandal. And then when it was a scandal of him having custody battles and him getting fired off 2.5 Men, that was a classic. They destroyed him. They talked about his HIV/AIDS, his addiction to drugs. They talked about his addiction to hookers and prostitutes. They talked about him getting fired on 2.5 Men. It's a lot of shit with that. Then they went in on Ann Coulter, which, as we all know, Ann Coulter is that conservative commentator, and the Boondocks famously parodied her. And basically, Ann Coulter, they violated her. Like, I'm talking about Pete Davidson said that she loves putting white sheets over her head and poking out the little eye holes. They made a horrible joke about her. They made a horrible joke and said the pro-lifers are so happy to see her on stage right now because they want her. They want us to see. They want her to know what an abortion feels like. There's a lot of vile shit to Ann Coulter, and she didn't laugh not one time. She just was that, that smile white people do. She was just like that the whole time, and that was it. I'll talk about that later. We'll do a whole breakdown on that. I was going to do a live stream dedicated to that, but I don't want to get too deep into that. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming in. We're going to talk a lot about what's going on. I mostly want to talk about the James Charles stuff. I don't want to get too much talking about, let me see. Someone said, how I'm eating perfect time. Someone said the roast sounds like the worst in roast history. When Kevin Hart started thanking his sponsors, he made it corny as fuck. Yeah, Kevin Hart is not funny to me. He's not a funny guy. He's not an entertaining person. He used to be, but then he got very corporate, which, killed the jokes, killed the commentary. It made shit very unfunny. So we're going to talk about James Charles in this live stream because James Charles yet again came out with another apology. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now. As we all know, James Charles got a lot of shit because he decided to get on his TikTok, right? And he just decided to shit on one of his messengers, someone who messaged him and said, "James, I'm struggling. If you want, you could donate to my GoFundMe. Here's the link." He responded to it by saying some really awful shit, by basically saying, "Bitch, get a job." So basically, this has been a trending thing on TikTok for the past week. And this is basically what, let me see. Hold on, I'm sorry. Someone said, "Did you ever touch on the Bambi situation? I've been missing the lives." I touched on it in a different video, not the recent stuff, but in a different video. So someone said all Kevin did was say the F word. Yeah, Kevin's not funny. Like, you know how he does that meme mug where he's like, Kevin's not a funny guy. The jokes are repetitive. You're black, you're dark skinned, you're short. Like, it's just, he's not funny. He was in the late 2010s and the early 2000s. Somebody said Kevin Hart was authentically funny in the beginning, but then he became a sellout, and now he's trash and tries too hard to be funny. Yeah, I'll never forgive him and Tiffany Haddish for Night School. That was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my entire life. The whole thing's getting fake outrage to me. Everyone's going to go back to watching him and supporting him in like a month or two. Someone said, what about the time when Whoopi Goldberg's boyfriend, Ted Danson, roasted her in blackface? The days before cable and streaming. Holy shit. Whoopi Goldberg's man wore blackface and roasted her? Holy fucking shit. That's some interesting shit, but that's the purpose of the roast. Like, it's just a group of celebrities on stage literally taking turns to take the mic, and they're roasting Kevin Hart or roasting the main celebrity. And then the main celebrity or the people who are taking the mic are roasting each person on that stage that the celebrity handpicked to be there. So it was Regina Hall, Brenda from Scary Movie, it was Chelsea Handler, and I think a few other entertainers were up there. And then Cheryl Underwood was there. So one of the comedians, I think his name is Jeff Ross, he said something very despicable. I know I'm getting too sidetracked about the James Charles stuff, but Cheryl Underwood, let me put it this way. Basically, one of the comedians said some very awful shit about Cheryl Underwood's husband, and he also made a very disgusting joke about her looking like a donkey. Let's play it.
If it's married to Cheryl and jumps off a fucking roof. Mike, but I'm glad I want to thank our folk here. Give it up for Cheryl. Cheryl Underwood is here. Give it up for Cheryl. Cheryl Underwood is here. Give it up for Cheryl. Cheryl's a lifelong Republican, and she's actually thinking about getting into politics. She's running for a seat in the Big Mama's House of Representatives. Cheryl's husband killed himself. Apparently, black does crack if it's married to Cheryl and jumps off a roof. I do it for the balcony. I do it for the upper decks. All these people down here. Why would you put rich seats down here? Look at these animals up here. Yeah. We went to Josh Allen's for dinner.
So basically, Cheryl Underwood's husband died, unfortunately, and he made a joke about how he jumped off of a roof and said, Cheryl Underwood's husband, he was like, black don't crack, except for Cheryl Underwood's husband who jumped off a roof. That's not funny at all. Like, and then they made another joke about like how Cheryl Underwood is. Listen to this.
Kevin, they told me not to mention
Cheryl Underwood is here.
So here's the joke about George Floyd. And again, I'll talk about this in a separate video. So in the roast, they did a video, they did a roast about George Floyd. And this is my first time seeing. So I haven't finished watching the roast. I'm like literally only 30 minutes and I could barely fucking stay awake. But basically, here's the joke about George Floyd, and you guys give me your honest reaction to it. I'm going to play it right now. Tell me when you're ready. So I'm going to play it right now. So listen.
Kevin, they told me not to mention your kids on this roast. Kevin, they told me not to mention your kids on this roast, but I must say, you did good. They've gotten so big, they now buckle Kevin up in the car seat. It's true he lost his gig hosting the Academy Awards because of some homophobic tweets, but you'd be homophobic too if you were eye level with everyone's cock. He got into a fist fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Always fighting. Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good, though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you right now. George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much. Kevin.
So the roast was so fucking lame. that they don't show the reaction of the audience. They just consistently and consecutively play a laugh track, kind of like a stupid ass talk show. So they basically play a laugh track every time some of these mashed potatoes with raisins in it and these shepherd's pie motherfuckers get on stage and tell a joke. They only show the fucking audience every once in a while. And I watched it just like this. Like, I'm sorry, I cannot fucking stay awake. Like, y'all keep asking me to review it. I can't stay awake. Let's play it again for those of you who just came in. So here's the George Floyd joke that one of the comedians make. I'm going to just fast forward it for those of you who just came in. And you guys let me know. Someone said grape salad assholes. Somebody said 8th grade edge jokes. Let me see. Mashed potatoes with raisins in it. Yeah, that's literally what I describe it with. This shit was mashed potatoes with raisins in it. Raisins and salad. Let me put it this way. Shepherd's pie ass shit. With spinach puffs, bitch. With this weak ass special. Let me watch. Okay, so let me replay. Here we go.
Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good, though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you right now. George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much. You know, Kevin.
So the name of this comedian, for those of y'all who are asking me and are wondering who it is, let me try to find his name because I don't even know who the fuck this is. So he actually addressed the joke. So his name is Tony Hinchcliffe. So Tony Hinchcliffe made the joke, and yeah, he got a ton of backlash for it. So a lot of people were pissed off, and I remember Tiffany Haddish was actually asked off the stage, you know, when she was interviewed, how did she feel about the George Floyd joke? And her immediate reaction was, I mean, I went to the bathroom, I had to go pee, I didn't even hear it. That's what Tiffany Haddish had to say when that man made that George Floyd joke. Let's play it again. Let's play it again for those who are just coming in.
Not to mention your kids on this roast, but I must say, you did good. They've gotten so big, they now buckle Kevin up in the car seat. It's true, he lost his gig hosting the Academy Awards because of some
let's play this part. Hold on. My bad.
God bless you, Kevin.
No. Listen closely to this part. Let's play it again.
Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good, though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you right now. George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room. And
people know that black race.
So yeah, and people on the internet are outraged and pissed off about that. And the sad part about that joke is, I'm sorry, let me read some of these comments. Somebody said, okay, the Michael Jackson documentary, that's another video for another day. Somebody said, so happy I didn't miss anything. That joke was sick, and Kevin should not have laughed. Yeah. Someone said, as I be sleeping, I be counting my ceiling. Someone said they need to get off of George Floyd's D. He died years ago, and they still making jokes. Honestly, these people just, do you know what's so crazy? There's truth to every joke. They literally tell you exactly how the fuck they feel about you based off of the shit they say and the shit they joke about. Everyone. That's why I don't trust anyone that says, oh, I'm just joking. No, the fuck you aren't, bitch. I mean, you're joking, but you're hiding how you truly feel behind that joke. That's why whenever I say some shit and it comes across as funny, I don't ever be like, I'm just joking. Do y'all ever notice that I don't ever be like, I'm just joking. If it was funny, great. But if it wasn't, yeah, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I never say I'm just joking. I think people who say they're just joking sometimes are just cop-outs. That's all I'm going to say. Unless you're generally joking. Like, some things are a joke, but most times people say how they really feel and what they truly mean. But they hide behind the joke to protect themselves. Anyway, someone said, why do we care about what Tiffany Haddish has to say? Yeah, why do we give a fuck what Tiffany Haddish has to say? That's a very good question. So when they made the disgusting joke about George Floyd, we'll talk about J. Charles later. I don't even know how the fuck I even got sidetracked with this. So when they made the joke about Tiffany Haddish, when they made the joke about George Floyd laughing so hard in heaven that he can't breathe, Tiffany Haddish said, I was in the bathroom. I didn't hear the joke when she was asked about it. But what's so interesting about that is Tiffany Haddish ain't anyone to fucking try to hold people accountable for saying something horrendous. I mean, she's a comedian too. But think about Tiffany Haddish. You notice how we all just forgot about that disgusting documentary she did? Not documentary, that disgusting skit she did with Ari Spears. Remember that disgusting skit? If you want to watch that disgusting skit that she did with Ari Spears, subscribe to my Patreon right now. When you get free time, go to my Patreon, subscribe, and I posted it there. It's literally swept off the internet. If you look hard enough, you'll find it, but you're not going to find it on YouTube. Like, it's very inappropriate. Basically, it was a skit about a young boy who got arrested to be exact, and it was just a skit about making fun of like creepy creeps in the family, creepy uncles, and then they had a little boy wearing his like, you know, his underwear, and then they were like zooming in on his like derriere and his butt area, and it was just disgusting. It was gross as fuck, and she got a lot of backlash for it. And even the boy who did the skit a long time ago, he just said that his mom kind of just like let him do it and just kind of exploited him just because he wanted to just act and just do work. And it was gross as fuck because I remember in the skit, Ari Spears, who's also a comedian, was like peeping like through the wall and was like eyeing and eyeballing that little boy who was like dressed in his fucking underwear. And it was just a joke about molestation and him eyeballing the boy while sitting on the couch, and was just like it was like a weird, like, disgusting skit. And I posted it on Patreon if you guys want to watch it. Just keep scrolling and you'll find it. But yeah, that's what that happened. And I'll talk about that in my video. I'm gonna do a whole breakdown video about that. So Tiffany Haddish isn't really anyone to just be like, oh, what do you have to say? Our Lord and Almighty Messiah, Tiffany Haddish. I was in the bathroom. She don't have shit to say because she don't have room to have shit to say. She did a fucked up and horrible skit that low-key still haunts her to this day, and people just forgot about it because she's out here giving free gas to the community in Los Angeles. She gave a bunch of groceries. She gave back to the community in LA, so people forgot about it. She gave out free groceries in these times of inflation. And on top of that, she's good friends with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is one of the most powerful people in Hollywood. Whatever he says goes. He's very well connected and well respected. There was a point in time where Kevin Hart literally got told he couldn't host the Academy Awards because his homophobic tweets resurfaced. He refused to apologize, and then he apologized. And now, years later, Kevin Hart is still on top. So Tiffany Haddish ain't anyone to be holding somebody accountable. So I don't know why the fuck they asked her. Who the fuck cares what she has to say? Someone said, "Wait a minute, I like shepherd's pie. I make shepherd's pie the hood way. You like shepherd's pie? You need to tell me what you're putting in your shepherd's pie, because I'm like shepherd's pie. Like, when I think shepherd's pie, I think some shit that's unseasoned. I think like, a bootleg chicken pot pie that has a bunch of peas and carrots and mushrooms in it. That's what I think of shepherd's pie." Someone said, "Get your glass of wine while you read these bitches." No wine today, okay? I'm saving my wine I'm saving my wine for my next YouTube video. I have a bottle of wine, a bottle of cheap ass $7 wine in my kitchen, and I'm saving that for my next video. A lot of people just got in here. Some of y'all weren't in here earlier. Ooh, I didn't even promote the fucking shit. Hold on, let me promote this damn live stream real quick. Give me a second. So we're gonna talk about a lot of the interesting shit, and thank you for everyone that just came in. We're talking about a lot of interesting shit. So again, that's another video that I'm already working on. So hold on. When it comes to the road, I'm gonna get into it in a little bit. So yeah, that skit of Tiffany Haddish being disgusting and vile, it's on my Patreon. Okay. Just had to promote that. Anyways, okay. Thanks for the super chat, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Shepherd's pie is wild, laughing my ass off. Someone said, "No, don't replay that. Don't replay. That was so weird." Someone saw that fake laughing. Wow, that was lame. Tiffany Haddish has always been on the wrong side of history. Him mentioning America was making me think of the Purge movie announcement before it starts. That's a good point. Tiffany can't go against Kevin. She knows she felt the joke was wrong. Knowing someone like Tiffany Haddish, she knows the joke was fucked up. But Kevin Hart giggled and laughed. But he didn't look at the camera when he laughed. He just looked away and giggled. Kevin Hart didn't think that shit was funny. None of the shit was funny, if I'm being honest with you. It was lame. Malcolm Jamal Warner walked out on Whoopi's roast and told the press. Yikes. Let me see. Yeah, they've roasted a lot of people and said some awful things, but, you know, can't take it personal. That's just what the roast is built on and about. The roast has been a popular segment since the 1940s, and it became really huge in the 1970s. And then they canceled it like in the 80s, and then they bought it back in the late 90s, and it stayed around until the early 2000s. And they like gradually bring it back every now and then. He's the one that said Puerto Rico was an island of floating garbage. Oh, that's the guy. I just feel like being racist is lowbrow and lazy. Honestly, if you can say a racist joke, then you already feel that way. Racist jokes are just lazy and played out. Let me see. Anyways, let me keep looking. I ain't forget. Alien Superstar. Someone said, oh no, Choice, we ain't forgot. I literally said that 3 minutes ago. Her and Aries Spears are PDF files for that. Disgusting for that. Exactly. So we're gonna talk about James in a little bit. Give me a second. Someone said, oh my God, these ads, bruh. I gotta get paid, bruh. You can come back and watch the playback or just get YouTube Premium and shut the fuck up and enjoy the show, sweetheart. We're just here to get, some nice content done, and we're here to get everything done, and I'm here to be consistent. Someone said, wait, ain't no shepherd's pie slander happening here. That's dumb and so filling. That's bomb and so filling as well. It fixed right. I love it. Where are y'all from? Someone said, you don't season the meat, etc. of the shepherd's pie, then sprinkle a whittled cheese for pizza? Wait, I'm sorry, what? You don't season meat for shepherd's pie? That's insane. And someone said, my 9-year-old daughter said you cuss a lot, LOL. Much love, Choice. I do not cuss a lot at all, but I will tone it down a little bit. I'm not going to lie. One of my friends, a few of my friends have children. I'm not going to lie. And when they do bring their kids around, or I go to a get-together that kids are around, sometimes I get to talking, and sometimes I'd be like, oh, fuck, and I'd be like, ooh. Like one of my other good friends, Tiffany, sometimes she'll have to like look at me and be like I literally was with my friend Tiffany recently, and I was like sitting in the car with her, and then and her kid was in the car. Her kid's 7 years old, and I was like, "Girl, fuck that shit." And I was like, "Ooh, I'm sorry," and she was like, "Trish, don't start, Trish, don't start." So sometimes I forget that people have kids, and sometimes I can get a little bit talkative and mouthy and have a potty mouth. Sadly, I have always been like this. I've always been mouthy, and I've always swore a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I used to get checked about that all the time when I was a child in school. Like I'm talking about since elementary school, middle school, high school. I was always that way. And even no matter how many times I got smacked, it never stopped as a kid. Anyways, so we'll talk about Love Your Brazil video, Trace. I'm happy you enjoyed it. Okay, so we're going to talk about James Charles now. We're going to shift gears. We're already 20 minutes in, and I didn't really get into the topic, but I appreciate everyone being here. So we're going to get right into James Charles. Let's get right into it. So James Charles, as we all know, got a lot of backlash because he decided to basically grill a girl who decided to reach out to him and talk about how she got laid off because Spirit Airlines is out of business. Those y'all who are from America, Spirit Airlines is basically Ryanair. It's a cheap-ass airline that a lot of us use to fly domestically across America because sometimes flying from Los Angeles to New York City can cost about $600, 600 euros, and it can be expensive. So sometimes on a cheap day, we would fly Spirit Airlines. I don't fly them motherfuckers because I've had bad experiences. I don't even like Spirit Airlines at all. But when I had experiences, that's another story for another day. But anyways, this is what James Charles said when a woman reached out asking for a donation for her GoFundMe. As you know, I'll only play a little bit of it because his voice is annoying as fuck, and I know y'all don't want to hear that.
I'm here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's the GoFundMe link. I need donations. Help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job.
Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm going to send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God. Welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that, 17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need to GoFundMe? I can at least 1% respect the mentality of closed mouths don't get fed, doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try because now you pissed me off. Okay? I'm not the one. Go find fucking Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally going to be like, I rehired all 17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's going to be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house and a car and $10 million, but everybody else dies. Go find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand if you...
Shut up. You know what's so interesting? That laugh never sat right with me. I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, y'all saw that laugh? Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but I just think really want to be. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's the GoFundMe link. Any donations help. I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sorry. His smile and his laugh makes me want to scratch my ass in very inappropriate places. It just makes me itch. I just want to scratch my ass every time I see his face. And it's sad because I actually used to watch his content. And, it's disappointing because James Charles started off as just being that young, flamboyant, fun, entertaining boy who was just happy as hell to just be there. He always showed he was just grateful for having a following. But, of course, as time goes on and as you get enough scandals and as you go through enough life,
I'm sure they do.
The industry can kind of fuck you up a little bit. And then I guess sometimes having people come up to you and, having tons of money thrown at you can kind of fuck you up at heart, especially when you grow up in a middle-class family where you've never had to really sweat about a dime or sweat about eating or anything. He's never had to struggle. I don't think he'll be broke. I think he'll be irrelevant one day, but James Charles is pretty much set for life. So he got a lot of backlash for this, obviously. And then eventually the girl who apparently claimed that she was fired from Spirit Airlines because, not fired, but laid off, she came forth and she came out and said that she's, really embarrassed and uncomfortable about it. But a lot of people came through and people sent her thousands. I'm talking about this girl got probably over 30,000 donations. And I think her goal was only $1,500 or I think $2,000. But she ended up reaching her goal and then some because people were so generous. The video of James Charles being a piece of shit went viral. And then he sent her $500. That he sent her $5,000. Isn't that ironic? Look at how the universe works. You were a bitch. You were a piece of shit to somebody who did not deserve it. And look what happened. The world blessed them. And now James Charles is at a point where he lost over 1 million followers in a span of 2 weeks. In a week, actually. James Charles lost almost 2 million followers in a span of 1 week. Almost 2 million. He's now at 1.5 million followers gone. I mean, he still has over 30 fucking million followers. So, it doesn't really matter. He's still pretty relevant and famous. But he lost over 1 million followers because of being a bitch. So then, as we all know, James Charles first came out with his apology saying, I stand by what I said. I don't give a fuck what anyone got to say. I still stand by it. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I said what I said. That girl doesn't follow me. She has no idea who I am. She don't follow me. I don't like that. I don't care. That was inappropriate. F her. He just kind of care. Let me try to find it. So I don't even want to fucking insert it. But I'll never forget what Jeffree Star said. I'm not going to lie. Jeffree Star had me dying when he said this.
Being an innocent, James is...
So this is what Jeffree Star said.
Next subject.
So this is what Jeffree Star said.
If that Spirit Airlines employee was 16 and innocent, James would have sent that cash out. Next subject. If that Spirit Airlines employee was 16 and innocent, James would have sent that cash out. Next subject. If that Spirit Airlines employee was 16 and innocent, James would have sent that cash back. Next subject.
Okay, let me get this Antichrist out of my face. But for the most part, yeah, that's what Jeffree Star has to say. And Jeffree Star has been consistent about James Charles being a predator and an evil person. I mean, I'll give Jeffree Star his props for calling out James Charles, but sometimes Jeffree Star is not the correct messenger. But hey, I mean, at least he called out James Charles and has been consistently standing on business about James. So I'll give him that. He knows things that we don't know about James, and some things he keeps to himself. Somebody said, I can't believe he didn't think he'd get backlash for that video. I'm surprised too. Thank you for the super chat, Iana. Wouldn't be mad if a minor asked him. Crazy, I just inserted the Jeffree Star clip and you said that. So someone said, yeah. So here is what James Charles said recently, right? Initially, he was like, I don't feel bad. I don't care. I said what I said. Then he double backed and he was pussy popping and said, okay, guys, I get it. I was wrong. The economy is so hard. The economy is so tough. I'm struggling to, take care of my own employees and a bunch of other shit. Like he was just saying, like, I get it. I'm in a privileged position. I teach you how to do makeup. I'm blessed. I'm this. Overall, he ended up apologizing after literally saying the day before that he wasn't sorry. And then he apologized and said, okay, I was wrong. I spoke to people. They educated me. Now he came out with a new apology recently. And this is what James Charles had to say literally last night. Last night, he posted this apology. And this is what he said. And again, he's only saying this because he's probably losing sponsors. Let's not forget, entertainers rely on sponsors. When YouTube isn't cutting the check anymore, when you're not getting booked for events, when you're at a point where, people are sick and tired of your shit, a lot of brands are going to expect you to apologize. Like some brands will literally contact you and say, hey, Choice, could you please apologize or could you please remove that? And it's common, you know what I mean? Like if you're getting a lot of bad press for something you said or did, that's the worst thing ever because now everybody and their mom is a commentator. And if someone's criticizing you, brands will see that because people criticizing you shifts public opinion. And if a brand's coming across it, they're going to have a problem. I've had content creators reach out to me and say, hey, Choice, it's been a while, but you did a video about me a long time ago about someone I was dealing with. Could you do me a favor and actually take it down? Like she even offered me money and everything. I won't say who it was because she was actually really nice and respectful, but she reached out and was just like, hey, could you please take it down? This actually happened to me a few times. It happened to me with 3 content creators. 3. One that's super, super fucking famous that y'all still know to this day. Huge content creator. Like I'm talking about huge, and then there's another one was a huge Viner, and there was another one that was a popular YouTuber. I'll spare the details because they were very respectful, offered me money and shit like that, and I just was like, all right, I'll let it go. I'll delete the video. But basically, some of them were like, yeah, like a brand I'm working with said that they saw your video that I did. I'll even give you money in exchange for the, if you taking the video down because I know you'll lose it on monetization. And I told her, don't worry about it. The video was up a long ass time ago. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, I'll just literally delete it. And I took it down because, it was years ago. It was like 7 fucking years ago. So I didn't really care. No, it wasn't Queen Naja. And no, it wasn't Jackie Aina. And no, it wasn't Tana Mojo. But it was a video I did a long time ago. Years ago. Someone said, oh, wow, you really sold out? I took it down because, I took one down because I said, okay, I'll give you that. Like, that's a long story. We'll talk about that later. No, it wasn't Jackie. It wasn't Jackie at all. Shout out to Jackie. It wasn't her. But no. It wasn't selling out. That's a long story. It was an insane scam the person was in. It was about a rumor. I covered the rumor, and they were just like, can you take it down? And at first, I was like, okay, why not? I just covered it. That's what I covered. So I just let it go. But anyways, no, it wasn't Shane Dawson. Somebody said Jeffree and Shane will still associate with predators. That's the interesting topic. Okay, so here's the video about James.
If you're not working overtime, you're not working hard enough because that should not be the reality.
Here we go.
The video that I posted 2 weeks ago now about the Spirit Airlines situation was awful. That video was terrible. It was nasty. It was disrespectful. It was completely unnecessary. And seeing clips of it all over my For You page is embarrassing to say the least. There is no excuse for making that video, so I'm not going to sit down today and try to give you one. I fucked up, point blank, period. When I initially posted that video, it was on my spam account, which for anybody that might not be familiar is basically my second page where every piece of content is me crashing out and yelling at the camera over any random topic. The videos are supposed to be relatable and funny, and I talk about things like the hantavirus cruise or parking tickets or the cost of guacamole. But
okay, bitch, I don't care. Shut up. Let's get to the point.
Hopefully be able to make a long-lasting impact. Today, I'm going to be launching the Painted Project. This is a brand new organization that I'm working on building with my team with an initial personal contribution of $250,000. Every single cent of that is going to go directly towards helping people in need that have been affected by a crisis. Now, I will be transparent and say that launching something like this is not fast and it's not easy. It's fine. It's going to be a multi-year thing that I'm really looking forward to putting my all into. But we're starting off with 3 initial launch phases. The first phase that is going to be starting next week on paintedproject.org is going to be initial emergency relief funding. This means direct cash support and resources towards people that have been fucked over by circumstances completely out of their control, and hopefully being able to help out those individuals to get back up on their feet, working again, so they can put food on the table for themselves and their families. The second phase of this is going to be working with local organizations that are actually on the ground to make sure that once those people are back up working again in the workforce, they're able to stay in those career paths to continue being successful and growing. The third step, which is going to be a little bit further down the line, but I'm very excited about, is going to be providing scholarships and tuitions towards creative education programs. This platform and job has changed my life and my family's life forever.
Boring. Basically, he did another apology, and in the midst of this apology, saying that he completely understands why people are pissed off at him for being a bitch, he basically said, I'm coming out with a foundation and an organization, called the Painted Project. And with the Painted Project, he said it's going to be covering things such as people who are in need, people who have gone through a crisis. So this could be a lot of things. People who've gone through car accidents, people who've been through health issues, health scares, people who are disabled. And he created a organization called the Painted Project, inspired by the fact that he was being a little bitch, laughing like a little bitch about the fact that he was mocking somebody who wanted to go out their way to message him and DM him and a bunch of shit. Thanks for the super chat, babe. And basically, he said, I realized my mistakes. I want to do something and give back. So he contributed $250,000. He emphasized that. And then he says that he can't do it alone. So essentially, this is going to be a way for a lot of his supporters to donate as well, to send money as well, to send a bunch of money as well, to help the organization help people in the crisis. So the Painted Project is his new thing. And this is him doing damage control because brands are upset and pissed off. You can't go around getting on the internet saying, so, this person could easily get a fucking job instead of hitting me up and then turn around and say, okay, you know what? I was wrong. The economy is hard. Okay, here's $500, bitch. People grilled him for that. He was like, all right, here's $5,000, bitch. And instead of donating to a GoFundMe, his team told him, put your money where your mouth is. So now he's creating an organization to help people who are struggling. And this is why I would never, ever fully trust entertainers and influencers and celebrities who do fuck shit and then try to find a way to do damage control. So basically, influencers, more specifically big name celebrities, especially ones that have ugly personalities and bad attitudes, they always do things that personally benefit them. It's very rare to come across people who are doing things because they generally are happy to do it and just want to do it for the hell of it. This is performatism. This is performative. This is just him saying, fine, I made an organization to help people in need. There you go. I learned my lesson. This is me showing that I'm changing, not being the change I want to be. It's just PR stuff. It's just public reputation. So that way, if brands ever look up James Charles, this would immediately be pinned to the top. He has a lot of ugly and negative and bad press from him literally shitting on somebody for asking for a GoFundMe donation, even though he's worth millions of dollars and is a big name celebrity because of YouTube and making makeup videos. So, yeah, that's James Charles. And this is this generation's big name entertainer that everybody loves. This is an entertainer that's going to get like big name award, that's gone to big name award shows, that's still pretty rich, that's still on top. And best believe there are a lot of entertainers that feel the exact same way he does. He's probably looking at a lot of people's comments dragging him, and he's like, whatever, you fucking stupid bitch. I don't fucking care. I'll say whatever the fuck I gotta say. Let me put on my fucking fake apology face and just fucking talk to these stupid ass fucking poor people and just fucking like do whatever the fuck they want me to do so these brands won't start fucking looking at me crazy and I could do reputation control. That's what it is. This is very ChatGPT coordinated. It's very obvious that he said, ChatGPT, what do I do? And ChatGPT probably suggested him create a fucking organization. So yeah, this is James Charles.
And I know that there's a lot of people out there that would love to be able to work in creative industries, but can't because of roadblocks that are out of their control. I would love to be able to fully fund and sponsor tuitions and scholarships to hopefully make the jump into these creative fields a little bit easier. Now, I definitely have more ideas of future phases that I would love to be able to bring to life for the Painted Project, but for right now, these are just the first 3 that we are working on, and you can currently log on to paintedproject.org.
Shut up. Anyways, I think that's enough internet for today, but that's James Charles for y'all. That's what it became. That's what it turned into. So let me read some of these. Someone said, now she's a charity. Yeah, you get it now. Now James Charles is a charity, and this is his way of doing damage control. And of course, honestly, people are going to go back to supporting James Charles because I always say this, the snow bunnies get away with everything. I always call that sector of YouTube with like Nikki tutorials. What is it? Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, James Charles. What is that girl named? Tana Mojo, the girl who like has been known to say nigger like 5 million times, but people still like gave her a passport and a bunch of shit. Basically, the snow bunnies of YouTube get away with everything. And they get away with everything because honestly, they just do. But most times, nobody really gives a fuck until everybody's affected. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. I don't really like. Hold on, let me read this really good. This person just made an interesting point. This person, I'm sorry. First things first, can you guys like the live really quickly? If you're watching, my bad, I zoned out really quickly because I was reading this comment. Like the live if you're in here, because if you're already in here, you might as well just like the live and show love. Give me feedback. Show me you guys want more live streams. If you guys want more live streams, just leave a like. And if you don't leave a like, that's fine. But at least leave a comment for support. Or watch the playback. That'll be nice too. Someone said, did he give any money to that lady he disrespected? Yes, I said this earlier. He gave the bitch $500, and then eventually he switched up and said, all right, bitch, here's $5,000. That was his mentality. That was his way of trying to do damage control after literally embarrassing himself. And when people found out who the girl was, he gave money and he made sure to put his name, because when you do a GoFundMe, you can actually put your name in the GoFundMe donation. So he put his name and attached it to the GoFundMe, and you could literally choose to be anonymous or you could choose to be private. He chose, you could choose to be public or anonymous. He chose to be public. He wanted to make sure people saw that fucking donation attached to it, because millions of blogs, millions of content creators and people screenshotted it and blogs picked up. So entertainers don't do shit unless it actually directly benefits them. So always keep that in mind whenever an entertainer is doing something, giving back. When you listen to the radio or watch a TV show, most big name entertainers always do things that benefit them. Like there's a small 10% and 15% that do the right thing or do good things and give back because they know that it's a good thing and they know that it's cool. But then there's the others who have been showing time and time again that they're just fucking terrible people. And then there's people who like to brag about doing good things. Like, you know how the Ace family back in the day used to be like, guys, you know me and Catherine are always giving back. Me and Catherine are always giving back. We're always giving to multiple charities. We're always giving back. We would never do that because you guys know there's Ace family members and there's Ace family watchers. Just fucking despicable. And sometimes people like that don't last long. You eventually see where they end up. So wait, we got 154 likes, but there's over almost 600 people in here. Please like the live if you just came in. But anyways, let me just get right to the point and go back to what I was talking about. But yeah, the Ace family, with the basketball events, they're always like, guys, me and Catherine are always giving back. And it's like, we're always giving back to charity. You know, it's always giving back. You know, it's always about, like, it's about, like, literally, like, I kid you not, like, it's crazy how looking back years later, everybody looks at the evil shit Austin McBroom is doing with, like, trying to get attention and shit for, like his divorce and shit and, like, capitalizing off the backlash. And it's crazy because people keep asking me to do, like, a final video about the Ace family, and it's crazy how I didn't even do it. I should do that. You know what? Why not? Like, okay, everybody keeps telling me I'll do it. But I never did it because I checked out like 2 years ago. Because a year ago, as we all know, this was like an everywhere thing. Everybody and their fucking mom was talking about the fact, oh my God, they broke up. Oh my God, he's a clout chaser. Oh my God, he's this. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Bitch, duh. Like, I was making videos about this stuff like almost fucking 10 years ago. Like, I made a video about the Ace family like literally a decade ago. When was my first video about the Ace family? I made a video like, how long ago was this? I'll never forget how much hate comments I got. Let me see. Ace family, Choice TV. I've made so many fucking videos about the Ace family. Like, it's like, oh my God, it's like so many fucking videos. And I've been telling people's dumb asses, like, yeah, they're shitty people. Yeah, they only care about money. Yeah, they're manipulative. Yeah, they're conniving. Yeah, they suck as people. Yeah, they're garbage ass fucking human beings. Yeah, they fucking suck. What the fuck did y'all expect? Like, these are all the videos that I've made for years, back to back. These are all my these are mostly all my videos. My conspiracy theory video, over 600,000 views 8 years ago. I can't believe how many views some of these videos got. My video talking about how disgusting they are for mistreating their staff, literally 7 years ago. All the videos I made, their scammy charity basketball event 7 years ago. Let's see, there's more. There's a bunch more. Oh my God. And it literally doesn't fucking stop. It literally does not fucking stop. 8 years ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So many fucking videos. So many videos. Ooh. Oh my God. Yeah, it's so many videos. Holy shit. Sorry. I had to go back down memory lane because I can't believe all them fucking videos that I did. But duh. People are like literally telling me, oh my God, Tracy, like, I kid you not, like some of my videos, like whenever they are in some scandal now about scamming or being manipulated, like now they're not together anymore. So I think like that era of the Ace family is done. Like it's fucking over. It doesn't exist anymore. But it's crazy because people will literally tell me, like, oh my God, did you see what Austin Brooke did? No, bitch, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't fucking care because where was this energy when I was I mean, people who watched me, like, they knew, but then there were people who were, like, dragging me and be like, oh my God, you were so right about them. Like, I thought you were being a fucking hater. Yeah, the fuck? I've been told you they was out here scamming people and they were terrible people. Like, this dude was literally getting on camera saying, it's all for charity. It's all for charity. See, we're good people. Clearly, we're good people. And clearly, like, if they're part of the Ace family, they would never, they would never question us. If they're part of the Ace family and they're not Ace family members, they would know that we're good people. They would literally know. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I would be like, well, I remember I used to make videos with me being like, why the fuck do y'all still watch them? Sorry. That was so many years ago. I made so many videos telling you guys about how they're just shitty people when they do everything they can that personally benefits them. And years later, I turned out to be right. So some of my videos, again, and there's so many videos I've made about like how evil and conniving the Ace family can be. So many. Like a lot of these are my old videos 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, 10, 9, 8 years ago. Like I'm trying to find my first video that I ever made. Hold on. Fake websites, bullshit ass. Here's my first video. This was 10 years ago.
Some viewers might find this disturbing.
This is from 10 years ago.
For all of your love and your support, we decided to
get to the point, bitch.
Give all of you an opportunity to win a Jeep that we purchased.
What's good, everybody? It's Destin Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. I must urge you that if you are easily triggered and you are one of the Ace family's 12-year-old fans, then maybe you shouldn't fucking watch this video, because either way, I'm going to say how the fuck I feel, whether you like it or not. And long story short, I just want to dive right into this video. So a lot of y'all see that the Ace family did like a fucking giveaway, or are doing a giveaway. I'm eating cereal, by the way. Oh, fuck. Just drop milk everywhere. That's what I fucking get for talking all that shit.
I wouldn't do maple syrup in my cereal now. I would do organic maple syrup in my cereal. But I wouldn't do Aunt Jemima maple syrup in my cereal anymore. That's disgusting. I don't eat that kind of stuff. Well, I don't eat Aunt Jemima. That's what I wouldn't do. But anyways, yeah, maple syrup in cereal is good, but like I wouldn't, because I was using Aunt Jemima maple syrup because it's like $2 a bottle. I was like putting it in my Frosted Flakes, my Raisin Bran, and it was bomb. It was really good. But yeah, someone said, does Austin still make content? I don't even fucking know. Someone said, I missed the Ace Family slander videos. Those were good times. I'm gonna do one. I might do one more video. I might do one more video just for the culture. You know what? I'm gonna do one more for YouTube culture. I'll do one more Ace Family video just because you guys keep fucking asking about it. Because again, like it was so long ago. Someone said, I love Choice's Mary Jane Byram stuff. Mary Jane Byram is still scamming. Someone said, Choice, that Mary Jane video with the wig and job application. Yeah, fake robbery, everything. Someone said, that's crazy. I've been rocking with Choice for almost 10 years. I'm just 21. That's fucking crazy. Because I'm like, oh my God, you was watching me at 12, 13. That's wild. Yes, please like the live. Please like the live. Please like the live. So yes, I'll do another Ace Family video because everybody keeps asking me and everything. Like I said, the snow bunnies of YouTube get away with everything. You know what I mean? Like people will go right back to watching James Charles again. Oh my God, we're almost at 600 people. Please like the live if you haven't already. If you just came in here, like the live. Oh my God, we're already at 600 people. Are you fucking kidding me? And it's the latest fucking night. Y'all don't have shit else to do. Y'all got nothing to do. But honestly, thank you guys for watching the live. But snow bunnies of YouTube get away with everything. And by snow bunnies, I mean the whitewashed Caucasian YouTubers who basically get brand deals for saying the N-word, for shitting on their fans and flexing on their fans, and still getting a pass for shit. That's the snow bunny part of YouTube. They get passes for every fucking thing. They don't get age restricted. They got promoted. I'm not gonna lie, this was back when Susan Wojcicki, rest in peace to her, she was the former CEO of YouTube before she stepped down and then she died, unfortunately. She was out here promoting YouTubers, gassing you. She was taking YouTubers referred to the Met Gala and everything. And they were becoming like really, 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 really pushed in the algorithm. They were like being organized and placed on the trending page and a bunch of shit. And I would think to myself, why the fuck do they get to, like, you know, like I would think to myself, wait, James Charles still gets to go to the Met Gala, but he was over here texting teeny boppers trying to convert straight guys. That's some shit right there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's some shit. But anyways, yikes, I just saw some very bad news. I just saw that Cheryl Shepard's show recently got canceled. That's fucking crazy. I mean, her show wasn't that entertaining, in my opinion, so I'm not surprised. But anyways, so back to what I was saying. The snow bunnies of YouTube are people who just get away with everything. They just slap on the wrist for shit. So that was kind of like the whole point of that era that I made. And that's why, like, when I'm talking about James Charles, all I could think to myself is, okay, cool. He lost 1 million followers, but you guys still turn this fucking young man who likes to send his crunchy, crusty booty pics, his ashy booty pics to children. You guys still, like, people still made him a star. Like, he still became a big name entertainer. He still became super respected. He still got mainstream brand deals. He still has brands trying to work with him. He still has people trying to like give him a fucking shot. And it's crazy because I think to myself, does James Charles makeup even sell anymore? Like, does James Charles even come out with palettes anymore? Does he even still do makeup? Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, how does James Charles still make a living? Like, YouTube, sure. TikTok Live, sure. But how does James Charles still like get pop-ups? How does he still get invited to do brand events? At all the times he done texted fucking teeny boppers and minors and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the stuff I see. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to find this really quickly. Yes, please like the live. Someone told me to do date syrup. I like date syrup. It just depends. Date syrup isn't strong enough for me. Oh, wow. You're 34, rocking with Choice since 26. I respect that. Thank you so much. Someone says, is there another scammer you have your eyes on to expose like Mary Jane Byron? Is there another scammer that I want to expose like Mary Jane Byram? The lady, so y'all remember Mary Jane Byram? She was a lady with the key lime pie contact. Ugh, oh my god, another James Charles video popped up. So Mary Jane Byram was a lady with the key lime pie contacts. She was the lady that I did a video about. You know, so crazy. I'm about to like literally hit my 5-year anniversary talking about Mary Jane Byram. Remember that video I did where I pulled up on her? That was like 4.5 years ago. In 2.5 months, that's gonna be 5 years since I did that. I'm like thoroughly fucking in shock that people still bring that video up to me. Like there's people who still walk up to me on the street and be like, "Yeah, I remember you did that video finding that fucking scammer girl." Even in Brazil, like I met a girl in Brazil and she was like, "Yeah, you did a video finding that girl and like stalking her." To this day, people still bring that up to me, and I'm like, damn! Out of all the videos I did, that's the one video people like will bring up to me for the rest of my life, and I'm okay with that because I got to literally spread awareness about a scammer who like literally hustled and like stole all that fucking money from people. Like, let's not forget Mary Jane Byram was out here. Like, oh my god, it's actually insane how she got away with so much shit. Um, Honestly, Mary J. Byram is still doing more shit, but sometimes I think to myself, do y'all even want another video on her? I feel like I've done like fucking 20 videos on Mary J. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Someone said James Charles probably makes money from Snapchats as well, since it's making people money if you have a big following. That's a good point. If you post like 150 snaps a day, you can make good money on Snapchat, especially if you have a following. Oh my god, someone said I'm a white woman from Ireland. I love your channel. You're always talking the truth. Oh my god. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, Miss Woman from Ireland. Thank you for showing love. I always be surprised because you're not so crazy. You're not the first person to tell me that you watch me and you're from Ireland. It's interesting because I've never been to Ireland. I mean, I have like during a layover, but I need to do a meetup in Ireland. I'm always shocked when people show me love and tell me that they're from fucking Ireland. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're from Ireland? I think that's so cool. I just want to go to Ireland just because of that. I never had a care in the world to go though. Yeah, Mary J. Barham is still at it. But thank you, Miss. I forgot her name. Thank you, Sierra Williams from Ireland. I appreciate you. I remember when you first uploaded it. Oh my god, Choice. Yes, talk about Colleen Bellinger. You mean the girl Miranda Singh? Remember that situation coming out and her being a toxic gossip train? Yeah, with the little ukulele. I remember that for sure. I remember all that. I remember a lot of this stuff on YouTube. And guess what? Miranda Sings is still pretty wealthy and well off to this day. You don't see her or hear about her, but best believe that she's still getting residual checks from her fucking show, Haters Back Off, and she's still getting really fucking big checks. Like, she's still really well respected. You made so basically, let's put it this way. Let me put it this way for those who don't understand. We made toxic Snow like Miranda Sings, like Colleen Bellinger, like James Charles, Jeffree Star, Tana Mojo, Shane Dawson. Like, we made fucked up people with self-absorbed egos superstars and famous. A lot of them don't have humility, and we made them all famous. That's why I say, like, if they were of a beigeur and darker look, I don't think they would have gotten a pass for a lot of the shit they've done. I think it would have been over from there. You know what I mean? Like, what was her name? Jess Hilarious. Jess Hilarious. I remember she made that. You remember Jess Hilarious when she made fun of those I don't know what I think they were from Asia. They had on turbans. They were these Asian men with turbans on, and they were sheiks. So Sikh is an interesting religion. It's a popular religion in Southeast Asia, and it's a popular religion in India as well. So there were these Southeast Asian men with turbans on. I remember Jess Hilarious being the stupid fucking idiot she was. She recorded them, and she was like, "Ooh, oh my god." I made a video about this. Let me actually show you guys the clip. Let's see. And people still talk about this to this day. She was damn near burned at the fucking stake for recording dudes in turbans, which was fucked up. But I sometimes think to myself, okay, yeah, that was awful that she did that. But there's some people that have done 10 times worse shit, and they're still fucking like invited to mainstream events, and they're still going to the fucking Met Gala. Let's find this. Hold on. Let me try to find it. I'm trying to find that video. So you guys give me what you guys think. So like the live if you're already in here. I would appreciate if you did.
This is what her, instead of realizing what.
No, you was trying to be funny, bitch. You was trying to be funny, but bitch, I'm hilarious though.
Let me try to find it.
When the plane land and pull up. Dumbass sandwich, you gonna jump out the window?
Okay, so her team has done a really good job scrubbing this video off the internet. I'm gonna actually find this video. Let me try to find it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Hold on. Give me a minute. I'm gonna find it real quick. Give me a minute. Jess Hilarious, Chic. See, I remember this video of Jess Hilarious. Wow, her team has actually really scrubbed that video off the internet because it's really difficult to find. I found her apology where she was apologizing for being xenophobic on a plane to a religious group of people, but I could barely find the clip. I see videos about her book that she just released. Hold on, let me try to find this shit. Ooh, I found a video of her calling Tasha K a crackhead. Oh, I didn't even spell chic correctly. What the? My bad. I didn't spell it correctly. Look at me being all conspiracy theory-ish. Oh, I'm still having trouble finding it. Let me find it. Oh my god. Nope, I still can barely find it. Oh, found it. Okay, y'all ready?
Right.
So this is the video of Jess Hilarious being. Oh, we're already an hour in. So I've been on here for an hour. Please like the live if you haven't already. So this is the video that went viral of Jess Hilarious. I did a video about this already years ago. This was 7 years ago I talked about this. So this is the video.
We're on our flight. Where are you going? Where are you going? Tune in.
Hold on. Let me find it. There you
We're
go.
on our flight. Where are you going? Where are you going? If I'm scared, I'm scared. Fuck you. Fuck how y'all feel. Y'all mad at me because I don't side with every other black person. Because I don't side with every other race. Fuck y'all. I feel how I feel. I felt threatened, and that was it. Fuck y'all. And I'm not flying there. We were evacuated, bitch. Why? Why? With no reason explained at all. No technical difficulties or nothing. Y'all gonna listen to Jess with the Mess one day. Because my news is real. So how ironic is it that we boarded the same plane and I don't see those people? Yeah, we're fully boarded. Eat my ass. I'm just the mess. And my news be real. Tune in.
Wow. What a stupid fucking bitch. And a malicious, evil fucking person over here critiquing somebody because they got on fucking turbans. And then she'd be like, why don't I see them? Because we're from America. We live in America where when people see people speaking a foreign language from the Middle East or wearing religious attire, people automatically pick them apart and completely trash them. Let me give you guys an interesting fact for those of y'all who don't live in America. Like, for those of you who live in America, you'll probably get my drift. When you go to an airport in America, you don't see a hijab. You don't see those men wearing that religious attire and that head covering that men wear in Saudi Arabia. They don't wear that in America. People from Arab countries, people from Arab-speaking countries, people from Muslim countries don't wear that shit. And they don't wear that shit because they're afraid that they're going to get racially profiled at airports. It's common that a lot of them sometimes will have to get double checked. Sometimes they'll get pulled into secret rooms. If they have a name that's like Abdu Abba, if they have a name like Mohammed, something you can't pronounce that's like straight out of the Quran, that's a common thing. Like if you literally sometimes will have a Muslim name or you're wearing Muslim attire, they'll do the extra gunpowder thing where they'll get a piece of paper and they'll rub it all over your finger. For those of you who aren't familiar with airports and don't travel much, this is what they do. They get a little piece of tape and they rub it all over your hands. And they'd be like, okay, I'll be back. They go to a machine, they slide it in the machine, and if you're clear, you're clear. And if you're not, you're not. And usually it's a gunpowder indicator. or an explosives indicator. So basically, if you've been in contact with any explosives, the residue is still on your hands, and they have those to protect people. So for Jess Hilarious to sit up here and say, oh, well, I don't see those same people, probably because there were some ignorant fools on the fucking plane that think just like you. Let's play it again, because I think some of y'all didn't really understand it much. Let's play it again.
We're on our flight. Where are you going? Where are you going? Homie, if I'm scared, I'm scared. Fuck you. Fuck how y'all feel. Y'all mad at me because I don't side with every other black person. Because I don't side with every other race. Fuck y'all. I feel how I feel. I felt threatened, and that was it. Fuck y'all. And I'm not flying there. We were evacuated, bitch. Why? Why? With no reason explained at all. No technical difficulties or nothing. Y'all gonna listen to Just With the Mess one day. Because my news is real.
So, yeah. Her excuse is, I was scared and I felt threatened. You feel threatened because niggas are wearing fucking turbans? What kind of stupid bullshit is that? See, this is the reason why people sometimes look at America as a fucking laughingstock, because we're tolerant of a lot of things. We're tolerant of a lot of bullshit, but we still have a hard time being tolerant for people with different religious beliefs. So yeah, that still to this day pisses me off looking back, especially because back then when I was pissed off about it, I hadn't even been to fucking Africa yet. I hadn't even been to the Middle East yet when I did my commentary on Jess's video. And now 7 years later, I look back at it and I'm fucking disgusted. Like, I'm even more disgusted now that I've been to Arab countries and I've been to Muslim countries, because I'm like, is she fucking serious? Someone you give the best advice. Thank you. Was going to stop and buy it, but I figured I'll save some money and make it myself. 291 likes. Oh my God. Can we get 500 likes? Matter of fact, can we get 1,000 likes? Can we get 1,000 likes? Can we get 1,000 likes? Just because. Or comment. And if you're watching the playback, comment and let me know you're watching the playback. Because, of course, I'm going to save this live. And this is for everyone watching it afterwards. But I appreciate everyone using me as background noise and watching my live stream. I'm surprised I have over 600 people. And I'm looking at the screen or whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, like, this is a lot of damn people. Detroit International, of course. We need another Mary Jane Byron video when she's caught. Oh, thank you, Sierra. I didn't see your comment earlier. I'm seeing it now. Sierra said, you will love Ireland. So many Americans love it here. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go to Ireland. I'm going to go to Ireland just because you said so. That's my next European country. Well, I want to go back to Portugal because I love Portugal so much. I love the Portuguese. But I'm going to go back to Ireland. And I might even do a meetup just to see. He was also using Snapchat to text teen boys. Yeah, James Charles was doing that. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get back to the Jess Hilarious stuff. Have you ever been to Tunis? Tunis or Tunis? Tunis, that's how you say it. I've met some Tunisians before. I've met Tunisians in Los Angeles, where I live. I should talk about Tasha K versus Jess Hilarious. Tasha K and Jess Hilarious are currently having issues right now. How many likes do I have now? Child, Jess looked like me after being a binge alcohol night. She got scared because of the attire. I just don't understand how Jess Hilarious can be scared of somebody's fucking attire. Like, if they look like a bum, then that's fine. But you mad over turbans? You feel threatened because niggas got on turbans? Are you fucking kidding me? We have a lot of work to do. 9/11 did a fucking number on people. And I get it, but then I don't. Because what's so crazy is turbans. She thought they were Muslims, but they weren't Muslims. They were sheiks. Muslims don't wear shit like that. All I wear are head coverings, and I get looks all the time. Yeah. She's scared of Muslims, transgenders, and anyone funny. I'm sorry. So this person just said Jess Hilarious is scared of Muslims, transgenders, and anyone funnier than her. Wow. That was a good one. I'll give you that. Someone said it's like getting scared because a black man is wearing a wife beater and a backwards cap. LOL. Yeah. You're judging people based off of the way they look and their attire. I don't know if I would compare it to this though, because this is religious beliefs. My husband is a Muslim, and he was always topped in Dublin. Really? That's interesting. Thanks for enlightening me, Sierra. That's really interesting because, yeah, in America, we have over 10 million Muslims. There's 10 million Muslims, yet you'll never see a hijab at an airport. Why is that? They're terrified of being profiled. They're terrified of being, like, mistreated or being looked at funny. America is still healing from 9/11. America still thinks that radical Islam and Islam in general plays a big role in why all the damn people lost their lives in that tower, on that plane, and people who were walking on the street. They think that's what it was. Not all Americans, obviously, but a lot of people do. They associate that with terrorism, unfortunately, because of the media. And our media, listen, I could do a whole breakdown video on life after 9/11 for a lot of people and how the media reacted and how pop culture reacted. Because there was a lot of ugliness, like a lot. Like, I wish social media existed back then so I could like talk about little subtle things that happened. I remember even the Proud Family did a video normalizing and humanizing Muslims because of all the Islamophobia that was going on. Shout out to the Proud Family. I don't know if you ever saw that episode, but that's one of my favorite episodes growing up, where when Penny Proud, I'm going to actually show you guys that clip. Penny Proud, she did like a little parental switch where basically it was like a foreign exchange program where the kids were doing a switcheroo thing at school and they decided to switch parents. And basically, Penny Proud had to switch with a, let me see, Muslim family, and I learned so much. Let me find it. And so many Muslims love that episode, especially Muslims who grew up in America. Let me play it for y'all.
Oh, what a nice tablecloth. Thanks. It's not a tablecloth. It's a hijab. A what? A hijab. It's a traditional headdress. All Pakistani women and girls wear them. I'm supposed to wear this on my head? Only if you want. I wear mine because I would rather be judged for who I am, not necessarily how I look. Besides, it's the perfect thing to wear when you're having a bad hair day. Well, if it's okay.
I remember watching that as a kid, and I remember just having a deeper understanding of Muslims as a kid and being like, that is so cool. I remember I didn't as a kid, like watching that shit, I was like, Ramadan, fasting. I didn't know what any of that shit was, but watching that helped me understand. So whenever I hear about Ramadan or fasting or Muslims, I always trace it back to that episode. So yeah, that rubs in the wrong way whenever I see the Islamophobia. Like, people have justified reasons to question Islam for sure, but like Jess Hilarious, you was mad over turbans. So yeah, that's how America is set up. You're never gonna see people wearing headgear or like religious attire because prejudice. So that's an interesting fact for those of y'all who don't live in America. But then when I go to London, I see a bunch of people wearing hijabs and shit like that at airports, random buildings. And in America, it's just not that common. Like, if you're wearing a hijab, like, it's like, oh, cool, a hijab, or, ooh, cool, interesting, hijab. Like, that's just how it is in America. And there's a lot of Muslims on the streets in America, like a bunch of them everywhere. But they're not in your face. They keep it hidden and subtle for a reason. And plus, America is also very liberal. America has a lot of subtle beliefs about Muslims because America kind of has this perception that a lot of those women are being controlled and forced and beat to wear it, which in some countries that is the case. Like, a lot of women are being mistreated and forced to wear it, like in countries like Iran, where women are being pressured to wear it or else they're going to get their asses dragged to a fucking private room by what Iran has, the morality police, where they'll give you tickets, they'll put you through courses, they'll make you sit down and watch videos and shit like that and make you feel bad for not wanting to wear a hijab if you're a woman. So in some countries, it is the case. Even in Afghanistan, most of the women are covered. Saudi Arabia, they're more chill about it, but women are kind of slut-shamed and shitted on for not being covered. When I went to Saudi Arabia, I'll never forget, when I saw women who were uncovered, they were some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And guess what? majority of women, I kid you not, 95% of women were literally looking like this. I'm gonna show y'all an exact picture, and can one of y'all tell me what this is called? So this was common. I saw this commonly when I was in Saudi Arabia, and this is common in Algeria too, which is where I was. A lot of the women look like this. Literally, can y'all in the comments tell me what it is? For those of y'all who are Muslim or come from an Arab background or come from a background where this is common in your culture, what is this called? This is how a lot of women look in Saudi Arabia, dressed just like this. I'm talking about girls who worked in retail, girls who worked over the counter, girls who worked at festivals, women that worked at banks, women that worked at, outlets, women who were outside hustling and selling tissues, women who were outside selling food, dressed like this. And most of these women are married. Most of these women are married. Most of them have husbands that like it just like this. They don't take it off unless it's for their husband. That was all I saw in Saudi, and I was so in shock. Hell, no wonder there's a lot of fucking DL and fucking gay men in a lot of these fucking countries. Because what's so interesting in a lot of these countries is there's like a lot of like backlash if you decide to have sex without marriage. And how are they gonna find women that they actually like and enjoy if most of them are all fucking covered up like this? Hell, no wonder a lot of them are fucking other men. But that's another video for another day. But yeah, let me not go too deep onto that because I don't want to get, people dragging me and getting restricted on YouTube. Let me read some of the comments because I did get gotten sidetracked. Shout out to everybody in here. Can you guys like the live, please? I haven't had as many people in here in a long time. Shout out to y'all. She was basically racial profiling as a black woman in America. The irony is to give everyone cast for the ace that was scared of random black people standing outside. You remember that? Oh my god, I'm so glad you fucking remember that. Oh my god, I'm just now seeing this. I'm happy you're here. I'll never drink again because I refuse to look like that. That's funny. She's covering her hair to look like what exactly? Yet the Breakfast Club hired her. Kind of fitting if you think about it. Yeah, she's very fitting for the Breakfast Club. I mean, when we could talk about Charlemagne and that rape allegation, like Jess Hilarious kind of fits in the Breakfast Club anyways. This is why we don't like a lot of Americans. Yeah, that's why a lot of people don't like America. That's true. Hypocritical. Yep. People be ignorant as fuck. Yep, that's true. 323. I think she has a grown at least learned to be humble in her bit. Yeah, okay, so Jess did apologize. You're right. I'll give you that. She did apologize. Somebody said, I only know the black people you talk about. That's funny. Tasha and Jess learn of the same person, but just in different fonts. I believe that. Someone said black Americans should come to Ireland because they like to party. What you saying? Honestly, I'm down to go to Ireland because, listen, Ireland is known for having a lit nightlife in Dublin. They're known for having strong alcohol, and they're known for having a very open, chill-ass culture. But the thing about the Irish, they're just known for being chill and very reserved. So I'm like, damn, like, am I going to have a good time? But let's see. I don't know. I live in Los Angeles where people are fucking assholes and can be a little bit snobbish sometimes or guarded because of how crazy this city is. So maybe going to Ireland would be nothing. Shout out to everybody watching the playback. Hey, Zincy, what's up? Well, let's get into it. Can you sing for me? Because you know you can sing. It's too late. I don't want to wake up my neighbors. Maybe in my next video, if you can recommend me a good song to sing, I'll sing a good song. You said your ex was a homicidal psychopath, but he was the most normal-looking dude. Yikes. I love your input on traveling the world. I'll do more videos explaining it. You grew up around Muslims, Christians, and Rasas and all that. I was exposed to that. Good and bad. It's not the religion. It's the person. Yeah, true. It's the person, not the religion. I love this episode. I love that episode. Yes, I love that episode about the Prophet. I'm catching up with the comments. Sorry, y'all. You're watching from Kenya. You said I need to come to East Africa and try palau and biryani. I thought biryani and palau were Asian stuff that came from like India and Pakistan. But it's interesting that they have that in Kenya too. Okay, well then again, I know that there's a lot of Indians in Kenya and a lot of Asians there. So okay, I'll go to Kenya. I got a visa for Kenya, but I never went. It expired. I'm gonna reapply. I grew up in the Bay Area. I learned pretty early on the difference between Muslims and Hindus. Yeah, the Bay Area is one of the most diverse cities in America. You're just exposed to everything, religious-wise as well. There's a lot of Indians, a lot of Southeast Asians, some who are Muslim, some who are Christian, some who are Hindu. You said your husband never wears traditional Moroccan clothing, but still got stopped by this same woman when she was no longer working there. He never got stopped. That's crazy. And you're in Ireland too. Ireland isn't really known for being racist. Ireland is a very liberal place. You don't ever hear prejudice happening with the Irish. So Sierra, you said you're from Ireland, but are you like, obviously you said you're a white woman, but like, are you like ethnically Irish, traditionally Irish? Like, is being Irish like your culture? Like, are you originally Irish? Because is Ireland known for being prejudiced? Because in America, we don't ever think the Irish are known for prejudice. Like, we just never think Ireland as prejudice. So that's interesting to hear that your husband, as a Moroccan, who looks distinct, looks different, is dealing with stuff. Somebody said, I will vote for Donald Trump. The Last Life had that damn song stuck in my head. If you can, I might play it at the end. If you could be mad about the roles, then you can be extremely heated about the president of the United States. Most recent remarks. And if you're not, then shut the fuck up. Are you referring to me or somebody else in here? My favorite was when Penny was mad that popular people didn't come to her birthday party. This is when La Cienega was doing some stupid shit, and La Cienega wasn't invited but went anyways. Okay, it's called a gohiba. Thanks for educating me. Oh, a burqa. You said it's called a burqa? Okay, it's called a burqa. Burqa. Thanks for educating me. Burqa. Okay. Someone said that means they're married. Okay. We learn in our nebulous as children maneuver the world with the loyalties we form from the nebulous. Millennials are a pivot. Like, they love being life coaches or whatever. Burqa. Okay. Shout out to all the Muslims in here. I didn't realize I had a lot of people in here that had like Muslim cultures and Muslim backgrounds. Thanks for educating me. Hijabs only cover your hair, and burqas cover everything except your eyes. Burqa. Okay, he can keep his funky apologies. It's not a burqa, it's a niqab. Well, everybody calls it something different. Okay, so this person said it's called a niqab. What's the difference? It's the full burqa sometimes. I see them in America, but I only see them once though. Burqa is fully covered, even the eyes. Those women are gorgeous under their hijabs. Usually, yeah. Someone said, yeah, now he's trying to clean that shit up. What's a joke that a multi-person association would like to do people? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I have an Arabic/Muslim name, but I was raised Baptist. People need to stop feeding into racist stereotypes. It's an American character flaw. Sadly, yes. Niqab is just a face covering. They love being like, but I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Rashida's going in. I'm not sure what Rashida's talking about, though. Your ex tried to make you wear. Hold on. This person just said my ex wanted me to wear. So for those of you who just came into the live, they're talking about this thing that I was talking about earlier that a lot of Muslim women wear. So this person said my ex wanted me to wear one of these, and I'm not even Muslim, all because he didn't want anyone to look at me. He told me he's the only one who should know how my body looks because it belongs to him. Shake my damn head. He said your body belongs to him, so your ex told you that you had to wear this shit? Not shit. I don't want to say shit because that's like rude, but your ex wanted you to wear this, and now he's your ex for a reason. That's fucking crazy. So some people are saying that it's called a niqab, and others are saying that it's a burqa. And that's okay. Someone said, let me see, boom. The roast on Netflix, the crash on Netflix was wild. I have to watch it. I'll check it out. Where do you get a visa for Kenya? Kenya and India have history. You get a visa for Kenya on the Kenya visa website. And then there's platforms that can do an e-visa for you. But yeah, you can. So, okay, if you want to ever get a visa to a certain country, there's an app called iVisa. There, I'm going to put y'all on. The letter I, and then Visa. So just type iVisa on the App Store, and it's an app that will try to get a visa on your behalf. But be very picky, though. Don't do it for a country that you know damn well wants to actually see you. They want you to do an interview. They want you to have an itinerary, because iVisa will take your money. You know what I mean? Only do a third-party visa system if it's like an easy e-visa, but the e-visa site is like glitching. If it's a process where you got to like sign up, send your bank statements and stuff, and this, that, and a third, don't use a third party. Do it through the site or go to the actual embassy. But with the Kenyan visa, it's easy to get. That's an easy visa. I did it before. It was like, I think it was like $105, but I never went because it only lasted like 3 months. They only give you 3 months to go. And then I got a visa on arrival approval for Nigeria, but they only gave me 2 weeks to come claim it. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I can't come in 2 weeks to claim a fucking visa. I was so irritated about that. So I didn't get to go to Nigeria like I wanted to. Would you recommend Brazil, Rio as a woman? Yes, I would. And just stay by the beach and you'll be safe and you'll be fine. And don't go around speaking English to everybody. Just look, observe, enjoy, have a good time, and you'll meet Americans and English speakers. There's a lot of people from England and France and Italy, and a lot of people from Scotland, and just enjoying Brazil. So please go. Rio is a great city, but it's dangerous as fuck if you're not by the beach. And there is a lot of scams, I'll tell you that. But you'll be fine. Just let me make it obvious you're a foreigner. People in Brazil are very friendly and chill. Let's see. I'm from the UK. Ireland isn't exactly racist, but it does have deep issues historically. Race, religion, culture, beautiful place, and people, though. Okay, I will definitely go to Ireland. Choice, how many jobs a day should I apply to be aggressive? A day? Apply to 20 jobs a day and then take a break. So basically, if you do 20 jobs a day for a whole week, you already got over 100 applications. It sounds hard, but just do a bunch of job applications on Indeed and then do a bunch on the company website. And then ask ChatGPT to do your resume and then tell ChatGPT, make my resume AI proof, and then highlight all the qualifications, paste it to ChatGPT, put a comma and say, make my resume perfect for this job. And here's my current resume. Here's what I've done just to give it more details. And then attach your resume like it's a PDF to ChatGPT and just let ChatGPT do all the work. Your resume needs to get through AI software. You're not getting a job or interviews because your resume can't get through the AI software. HR never even saw your resume because AI said, "Fuck this bitch. We're not even gonna recommend you to interview her." So okay, you're saying you only experience racism in white America, like in America? Like you'd be surprised. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The only place I've ever experienced an intense amount of racism, as far as I can notice and call it out and pick it up on how I interpret it, is where I live, which is America. But that's not to say that people in, because you know what's so crazy? Racism is mainly like when it comes to like discrimination and racism, it's big all over the fucking world. Like if you go to Brazil, it's different. It's subtle. It's more like bureaucratic and it's more like systems that people try to not acknowledge because Brazil tries to be like, yeah, we're multicultural, we're a multicultural place, we're all mixed, we're all everything. But Brazil, I'm not gonna lie, I met people in Brazil who told me that they were scared to come to America because they were scared of racism in America. So I should tell you everything you need to know. There's a video of a black man in the Congo being kneeled on to death because he was accused of shoplifting. Wow. Yikes. Isn't Ireland known for a holiday that celebrates blackface? Interesting. I don't know about that blackface holiday. Maybe the person from Ireland can explain that. I know that that's a thing in Spain. I don't know about Ireland. Okay, so you said I'm originally Irish. We are a very liberal country, but you're always going to get that one person. Okay, I appreciate you giving more insight, Sierra, about Ireland. I will visit Ireland, and I'm only going to visit Ireland just because you reminded me. Because you know, so crazy. Some girl was in my DMs, and she was like, "Come to Ireland," and this was like, I want to say the beginning of this year, and I was like, Ireland. That is so fucking far away. Like I would have never thought people watched me there. But and then people in Ireland, they love pop culture, they love American culture, they love American food. So I will definitely be checking out Ireland. So I'm gonna go only because you recommended it, and I'm not just saying that. I'm going to Ireland. Follow me on Instagram, guys, if you guys haven't already, because I do post a lot of my trips there. I'll do a vlog, but I'll do a vlog one day. But because I solo travel, sometimes it's hard to vlog and get good footage. But I'll do a vlog one day. Wait, hold on. Your ex that was trying to make you wear this thing right here. You said the girl that he's dating now contacted you saying that your ex was trying to control her and what she wears. That man was a handful. She told me he ruined told her told me he ruined her life. Okay, so I have a question for you. When you were dating that Arab man, was he rich and did he have money? Because what the fuck were you doing tolerating somebody for that long? And I'm generally asking only because I know Arab men are known for being very wealthy. So sometimes I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad. Did he have a lot of money? Like I know it sounds like Share 7, but did he spoil you and buy everything and give you anything you wanted and try to get you everything you wanted? Because I know Arab men are known for that. Like Arab men, Arab speaking men, Middle Eastern men, North African men, they're known for like giving you whatever you want. So was he rich? Is that why you put up with him for so long? You finally caught alive. Thank you. I'm glad you came in. My mom used to say you need to look for a job like it's your job. That's true. I like that. I want your advice, choice. I don't have any family in Atlanta or Chicago, but both cities have great opportunities for my career, which is fashion and business. Which one would you recommend for me? Okay, so I've been to both cities. You said for fashion and business. Chicago is more affordable. Atlanta is a lot more visited. So let me put it this way. Atlanta has better weather, even though Atlanta can get cold, but Chicago is more affordable than Atlanta. So this is the question I got for you. I know you obviously probably don't care about the cold, but do you care about going somewhere that's more affordable? If you don't care about Chicago being more affordable, choose Atlanta. But if you care about Chicago being the more affordable option, go to Chicago. Like if your goal is to not spend too much money, go to Chicago. But if you don't really care too much, go to Atlanta because Atlanta is still affordable. So that's my best advice. But everyone watching this can also give her feedback as well. So you guys give your piece. Oh wow, Irish and Black people at some point weren't allowed on the UK premises. That's very educational. I didn't know that. You said yeah, Atlanta would be great. Atlanta's just more visited. You know what I mean? Like Atlanta's just a really like lit standard city. It's a really great city. Like I really love it. Every time I go to Atlanta, I'm like, I really fucking love this city. I love going to the bars here. I like going to the clubs here. I like going to the restaurants here. I like whenever I go on the train, I just see nothing but a bunch of people from all walks of life who just so happen to look like me or mixed like me or mixed with black, so they kind of relate to me in a sense, or are black adjacent. Like that just feels good. You know what I mean? Like I like seeing stuff like that. So yeah, that's all right. Okay, you said, okay, so to clear it up, for some folks seem confused, a hijab only covers the hair. A niqab covers the entire body except the eyes. And a burqa covers everything, including the eyes. Oh, yeah, some people do. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Okay. A burqa covers everything, including your eyes. A niqab does not cover your eyes. It's good to know. Yes, this goes for everywhere. This isn't just America, by the way. If you're watching this and you're overseas, you cannot just submit your resume or your CV, as people like to call it. You can't just submit it. Just that you need it to be ATS and AI proof, because people are using AI to judge you. Like if you don't walk into a place physically and hand your resume to a manager, they're never gonna see your fucking resume. Like the only way you can bypass AI scanning your resume is if you go to the place yourself and hand it to them. If you ain't handing your resume to somebody, that's just never gonna get seen. It's gonna literally get filed into just trash. You could be a great candidate and they'll never fucking see you. So hand it to the manager in person, or tell ChatGPT to make your resume AI proof. That's your only option this time and age. A lot of people don't want to hire more managers. They don't want to hire more HR, so they're going to use AI to judge everything. And that's sad, but you got to play the game. Learn how to use ChatGPT. Learn how to use AI. Learn it. If you don't learn how to use ChatGPT and AI, it's going to use your fucking ass. But in the meantime, like the live. I would appreciate if you guys like the live. We have over 600 people in here, and it would be nice if you guys like the live. As of right now, they're my two choices because I'm in Iowa right now, but I want to leave ASAP. Oh, you need to get the fuck out of Iowa. Hey, Iowa, ain't shit over there. Who the fuck even lives in Iowa? Chicago is closer, but I also want a place far and better opportunities. Chicago is closer because it's closer to like visiting family and friends. But I don't know. Atlanta just has more people. Atlanta's just a more visited city. Like more people go to Atlanta than Chicago. Like Chicago is a lot more diverse, and Chicago is the third biggest city in America. So the biggest cities in America, for those who are not from America, it's like this. It's New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Texas. And it wasn't always Houston, Texas. So yeah, Chicago's number 3. And it is the biggest city. Like you'll be exposed to a lot of people. Like you'll have access to a massive airport. You'll meet people from all religious backgrounds. And Chicago is 10 times more beautiful than Atlanta. But Atlanta is more community. Like everybody's trying to network and build and connect with somebody else. Like you'll meet some really awesome people. Like you'll meet a lot of people who are looking for something, people who are ambitious in Atlanta. People who moved here, they're going to be like, I'm an actor, I'm an entrepreneur. What do you do? What do you do? Let's do this. Let's do that together. Let's bond together. Let's do this. Everybody in Atlanta is trying to find a hustle. People in Atlanta are entrepreneurial. Same thing with Chicago. But Atlanta is the one place where you're going to find people who they're not settling for pay that's like fucking $16, $17 an hour. Oh, shit. Did my computer just freeze? My bad. My computer froze for a little bit. I got a little bit paranoid. Someone said, I don't want to go to this. I don't want to go to Ireland and have a blackface holiday. I'm not impressed. And then Sierra, someone who's actually Irish, she said, I never heard of that holiday. Sometimes things only exist on the internet. I'll tell you that, but I'll definitely do some research. How do I stay more hydrated? You just drink more water. You just stay hydrated. Ireland doesn't have a blackface holiday. I literally live here, and that's false. Oh, wow. Okay, so shout out to Mary. She said she lives in Ireland, and she said it's not true. Good to know. Europeans complain about America being racist as if the Mayflower fell out the sky, as if they don't treat Africans, Caribbeans, etc. like shit. The girl you're hating on the problem you created. Somebody said coconut water. Please don't sing that fucking song. I hate that song. Somebody said, oh my God, Trace, I caught it live. Can you interview Candace Owens on your show? I feel it's overdue. Oh my God, I would fucking go back and forth. I would go back and forth with Candace for literally a whole hour. I don't dislike Candace. I don't have a problem with Candace. I don't hate Candace, but I have a lot of questions. Candace, I'm gonna watch her documentary though about Erica Kirk though. I'm gonna watch it. I don't want to say anything about Candace. I'm gonna watch her documentary and then I might do a video about it. Someone said don't get accused of shoplifting out there in Ireland, but safe travels. Yikes. Just because they're Arab does not mean they are all rich at all. Some of the FOBs, aka the fresh off the boat men, are always ideal. Some will try to give, oh wow, a fucking cat. Some of them will try to marry a fucking cat because they're broke. Yikes. Okay, thanks for the education. What is your name? Yami? Okay, that's a good point. I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of Arab guys who come from all parts of the world, who come from different countries in North Africa, who come from different countries in the Arab world, Lebanon, and a bunch of places. And that is true. Some of them are looking to get married and fuck on anything, even a dude, just so they can get on and have a support system while they're in Europe. You hear about a lot of those kind of stories in London and in Europe. I'll be honest with you. Don't ask me how I know. Atlanta is affordable depending on where you go. My fault. It's not a holiday, but it's a parade of sorts. They had people dressed like racist old cartoon tropes. Interesting. Okay, so she just answered. Okay, so this is the girl that said she was dating an Arab guy. She's giving us the tea that was trying to force her to wear this. So she said, no, peep this. He wasn't even Arab at all. He wasn't Muslim or anything, just a regular black guy. He was just controlling as hell, wanted me in a burqa to keep other eyes off of me. He probably had a fetish. If he's not Muslim at all and it's not a part of his culture, why the fuck would he want you to wear some shit like this just because he wants to protect you and feels like your body is his? You had a boyfriend out trying to force you to wear some shit like this and he's not even Muslim? Yeah, he must have a fucking fetish for this kind of shit. Maybe he had a fetish but just didn't want to say anything. That's fucking weird. Someone said I'm not watching that roast. A lot of y'all are watching the playback. That's the funny part. Oh, okay. Someone said it's actually Holland, the Netherlands to be exact. That's who has the blackface holiday. Chicago is ran through and not very fashion forward like Atlanta. And Cola deserves to get roasted. Why is it everybody talking about blackface holiday in Ireland when I have never seen this in my life living there? I'm sorry. I think a lot of us just live on TikTok. Like sometimes when TikTok says something or when a TikToker gets online saying, oh my God, can you guys believe this? Sometimes we run with it. There's a lot of misinformation. And let's put it this way. Some of us just don't have passports. I'll be honest with you. So let me educate you. I don't know if you've ever been to America. If you've never been to America, I hope you come to America one day. But 50% of Americans don't have passports. I'll tell you that now. Most of our representation and idea of what the rest of the world looks like is through YouTube, Instagram, and through textbooks. 50% of us don't have passports, and 50% of us don't care to. Living in Europe, you guys are so close to Africa and other European countries that are sometimes 2 hours away by speed train or a 1 hour flight away. For us, a 1 hour flight from New York City is like literally to Washington, D.C. You want to go to Washington, D.C., that's a 1 hour flight from New York. You want to go to fucking San Francisco from Los Angeles, that's a 1 hour flight. You want to go to Las Vegas to Colorado, 1 hour flight. You want to go from Boston, Massachusetts to Texas, that's a 4 hour flight. America is like a big ass shit within itself. So sometimes, yes, Americans just don't travel, and a lot of us don't care to. It's just not encouraged in our culture because we have so much here. Like we have a piece of everything and a piece of every culture. Like we have a lot of Irish people in America too. All the Irish people most of them are in San Francisco and most of them are in New York City. But we just don't get promoted travel. So yeah, a lot of us will see things and just assume that it's all real on the internet. Or sometimes people will post a video on the internet and they'll put like a caption. You know, sometimes you see something on Twitter and they'll put a caption and say, Americans just did this, that, and the third, or there was just a 1 million school shooting for the entire year. People on Twitter will read that and they'll think it's real. Like, we live in a headline culture society where people don't care to like actually watch a video, get full context, or read the comments of people saying this isn't true. People will just see something and automatically think it's real. And unfortunately, people on TikTok thrive off of that shit. Okay, so another person that lives in Ireland said this. It doesn't happen. I was born in Ireland. I lived here all my life. There's no blackface holiday. You're probably referring to Sweden. Okay, Sweden. That's an interesting one. Okay. So tell me this about Ireland. What's the most lit city? Because it's interesting. You said you're from Ireland. What's the city I should visit? I want to go to Dublin because that's the city a lot of us know for like the pubs and in movies and stuff. Like everybody knows Dublin, but is that the city I have to go to? Please let me know. Is that the city I would love? Dublin, is that the lit city? Do you think I should dress to the nines for this interview? Yes, you should. People judge you based on how you dress. You need to look your best. You should look your best for you. You might not get the job, but you might meet somebody else walking out who might give you a job. You never know who you might meet. So look your best as you can. The Gatos in my town has a hiring sign on the door. When I asked if the position was open, the lady at the front shook her head so fast. Maybe she didn't speak English. In the UK, you'll likely need a cover letter in addition to the the resume. Live once a year, and live one place a year and live other places another year. Yeah. I never catch your lives. Your choice. Some men need to use religion as a means to control women, like their minds and hearts aren't into being Christian, Muslim, etc. Yeah, true. I'm sure cool people live in Iowa. Psych. That's funny. What about DC? It's similar to Atlanta, but there's more black professional versus black entrepreneurs. Atlanta's probably better if you're trying to like thrive and find yourself, but DC's better if you want a professional government job. Notice how everybody always talks about how difficult it is to find a job in America in most big cities, but nobody ever says DC. Anyone watch? Even no one ever says the DMV in general. If you're watching this and you're from the DMV, if you're from Washington D.C., Maryland, or Virginia, the DMV area, I bet you've never had a problem finding a job. Tell me you haven't. Tell me you have. I bet you haven't. The job economy is so strong in the DMV area. Everyone I know that lives there has a great job. Everyone. They have a great job, great opportunities, and you don't ever hear people from the DMV complaining. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm wrong. If you're from the DMV. Let me see. That's the ironic part. Somebody said blackface started in America, not here, hun. It did start in America. Like a lot of the problems that we complain about, like Americans are very fearful of prejudice happening. And a lot of the stuff that we sometimes think might happen to us in other countries literally only happens in America. That's why I'm not gonna lie. People sometimes will say, "Oh my God, Americans are so obsessed with fucking racial identity." You know, what's so crazy. Some countries don't even fucking count race. Like I think France doesn't even count race. I think they count maybe nationalities, but France, I don't even think they have a calculated census that divides people by race because France is so mixed. More specifically, Paris and Marseille and what is it, Nice? Those cities are so mixed. Like France doesn't care about fucking race at all. Even though France has been known to be super fucking prejudiced and racist towards people. I'm not saying they aren't, but a lot of countries don't calculate and count race like America does. Okay, so somebody said Atlanta is more saturated, but you'll stand out more in Chicago. Have you ever been to Arizona? Thoughts? Oh my God, shout out to you. You're a real one. I'm going to give you your flowers, Whitney Brown. Thanks for keeping me posted about how many likes I'm getting. If anyone's watching this, could you guys please like the live? If you're being a lazy motherfucker and just using me for background noise, the least you can do is hit the little like button. That would be nice. If we have 600 people in here, can we get 600 likes? That would be very nice. What do you think about Dallas, Texas? I think Dallas, Texas is an awesome city for professionals and for people who want to get a break from Houston. Dallas, Texas is just chill as fuck and nice, and there's good food and great people, and it's good for networking, but it's kind of a boring city. It's a great city, but it's a boring ass city with a great international airport if you're someone that likes to travel and leave town. And it's a very mixed city, and it's grown a lot within this past 10 years. It's a great city, but I just don't care for Dallas. 402. Shout out to you. Did you watch the Kevin Hart roast? What are your thoughts? You got to watch the playback, Rika. This person just said, did you watch the roast? Watch the playback. There's going to be a video coming soon. So after I get off of this live, I'm going to try my best to finish the Netflix roast with Kevin Hart. Oh my fucking God. I'm trying my best to stay awake, okay? I literally damn near knocked out after watching it. So I'm going to finish it. I made it to the first 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to grab my KFC coleslaw. I'm going to grab my KFC. I'm going to get some hot sauce. And I'm going to just chill in my bed. I might get a glass of wine and just vibe out and listen to that shit. If a man is moving too quick, that means he's crazy. That sounds about right. Oh, wow. You said people come all over from the UK to get jobs? Yeah, that's true. People because the UK pays very well. Listen, a lot of y'all who live in the UK and London, y'all jobs pay really fucking well. Like I'm not gonna lie. America is obviously the best paying place for a lot of people if you're like a professional, but in the UK for jobs that aren't even professional, the minimum wage is pretty high. Like jobs pay pretty well in London. I see why it's so fucking expensive. Jobs pay pretty okay. And Londoners are well traveled. Dublin, Cork, and Belfast. Belfast is part of the UK, but it's just Irish with a different label. Okay, so you said go to Dublin. Dublin, Cork, and Belfast. It's part of the UK. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try Dublin first because that's the big city everyone goes to. No. Okay, so someone from the DMV just responded to me. No, I've never had a problem finding a job in the DMV, but finding a job with good pay, that's the problem. Okay, thanks for educating me. It's true. I'm from Maryland. My husband has a good job. I don't have to work. Oh, you're blessed, Rika. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to tell you that a long time normally. Within 6 months, the true self comes out. So that's a long time they kept that under wraps. I'm in Virginia, and I have a problem. Really? Okay, can anyone in the DMV area help out Miss Neek Poo? Just give your email. If you have a referral at your job, help her out. See if you can get her a job or something. Not lying, my ex-girlfriend moved all the way to the DMV from Minnesota to get a job. That's fucking crazy. Minnesota has a great economy too. I'll give you that. People in Minnesota don't ever struggle to get jobs. There's a lot of good paying jobs in Minnesota. People in Minnesota got real old money. There's great jobs there, great businesses. France didn't care about race when they demanded reparations from Haiti for liberating themselves. Exactly. That's a good point. France cared about race when it came to Haiti wanting the fucking reparations for what they did. Switzerland is very diverse. They pay pretty well too. That's the country I want to go to, but it's the bottom of my list because Switzerland is expensive as fuck, and I'm not trying to go broke going to a fucking country that I could just go to any fucking day. And if I go to Switzerland, I'm gonna go for a day. I'm gonna go to France, take a train to Switzerland, and spend 24 hours there and get the fuck out. 416 likes. Oh my God. Would you go to Honduras? I would love to. My old roommate was Honduran. She was Honduran. I think she was Garifuna, which is like the Caribbean people. Like a lot of the people who got kicked out of St. Vincent, they got annexed out of St. Vincent, and then they got thrown to like Honduras, Guatemala, and Belize, and a bunch of places. I'm from Texas. I don't like Dallas. Texas is cool depending on the city you're in. Houston is awesome. Oh my God. Houston is great. I would love to live in Houston one day. Houston's a great city. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it's crowded as fuck. Traffic is bad. The pay is shit. But food is good. And Southern hospitality is incredible there. Choice, what the hell are you doing up at 3 a.m.? I just got up to piss and see you're up. Honestly, I'm not doing shit and I need to get on live. Because I have free time. I was going to do a video, but I figured why not just go live? What are any of us doing up at 3 a.m.? 421 likes. Oh my God, can we get 500? KFC coleslaw, exactly. Wait, you said yuck. You don't like KFC coleslaw? Someone said, hell, I'm going to make me some coffee. Please do. We'll be here waiting for you. Erica Kirk had the nerve to say the comedian Drewski did a white face. There's no such fucking thing as white face. There's no such thing as white face. They want to be victims so badly. Sorry. White face is not real. It's not a real thing. There's no historical backing behind it. Let me go grab some food so I can be parasocial. Crypt Cam, it's 12 here in Seattle. Where you at? Honestly, yeah. The West Coast has a different time zone. If you're visiting Ireland, I would suggest Cork, Dublin, Kerry, and Belfast. Although Belfast is in the north and is considered part of the UK, but it's still on the island of Ireland. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask you. I would suggest Cork, then Dublin. Okay. So I should do Cork or Dublin first, or should I do Belfast first? All my Irish followers or viewers watching this, Cork or Dublin, which one do I do first? Which one should I do first? I'll go to all those cities because I know I can. Because the thing about Europe, they have advanced train systems. I could literally visit the whole fucking country, all by train. But I gotta figure out which one to go to first. Choice, go to sleep. No, not yet. I gotta stay here. I need 500 likes. Me too. I'm sorry you went through that too. South Carolina guy. Have you been to Greece? Watching the playback. Yes, please watch the playback. It means I'm assuming you just got here. I've never been to Greece, but I would love to go to Athens. I heard it's gritty and a little bit ghetto, but that's why I want to go because everybody goes to the islands of Greece. I want to go to the real Greece, which is Athens. Someone said UK pay is poor generally. It's better than Spain, possibly France, but it's worse than the Nordic countries. That's interesting, but it's pretty high in London from what I've heard. So that's a good sign. I know Switzerland, I know the minimum wage in Switzerland and Australia is like over $22 an hour. Choice, how can I sprinkle and work a high-paying career? Like Sheriff Seven said, look up the city you live in, look up the most wealthiest zip code, and just go sit at the bar of the wealthiest zip code in your city. Find a very popular bar and go sit at the bar. Ask ChatGPT to give you a list of bars where you'll be able to sprinkle. Corporate is good, but healthcare is paying ass in the DMV. That sucks to hear. Well, all the corporate places move to Texas. Texas seems to be a good place to get a job. I think Austin. Austin is a strong economy. It's a good city. Oh, Switzerland's expensive. Yeah, Switzerland's expensive as fuck, but the pay is about $23. I think they get paid $22 or $23 an hour. I think that's the minimum wage. The reason it's expensive is because it's such a beautiful country, amazing healthcare, amazing fucking universities, and amazing safety, clean as fuck. Switzerland is a country done right, and it's super diverse in Switzerland. It's not just a bunch of people who are Swiss. It's people from all over the world, people from India, Asia, people from Morocco, people from Pakistan, people from Egypt, India. Like, it's a very expensive country, but the people from all over the world who want the best, they move their families there. Have you ever had a Wendy's baked potato? Was it good? No, I've never had that shit. I'm not even really a baked potato person. I'm more of a sweet potato person. If you go to Houston, I heard you need to wear a condom, LOL, but I want to go too. Definitely. I love your lies. Happy you love them. Hey, I like Houston, but the humidity is crazy, but it's good for your hair. You eat like a 50-year-old. I hate slaw. I love KFC coleslaw. I can't get enough of it. I love it so much that if you ever invite me to a party, I will literally get a bunch of KFC coleslaw, put it in a bowl, and say I made it. I just assume that it's the best thing in the world. I love KFC coleslaw. So as soon as I get off of this shit, I'm going to my fridge. I'm going to grab my KFC coleslaw. I'm going to take it to me with Bets into my bed. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to fucking watch that roast with Kevin Hart and that comedian Jeff Ross and see what the fucking shit's about. See what's going on with Tiffany Haddish, Regina. I'm going to watch the roast on Netflix. I'm going to watch it. Switzerland is a little bit boring, though. Thanks for the clarity. Yeah, I think it's just beautiful to look at. It's the last country on my list, but I would just go just to see how pretty it is. Someone said the Virginia minimum wage is still $7.25. Choice, what can we do with that? Yikes. It's $7.25. Minimum wage in Virginia is terrible. So you said you're in Virginia and you're in the DMV area. I know for professional careers, it's easy. If you network your ass off, you could definitely find a really good job in the DMV. But yeah. Oh, in New York too. It's 3 a.m. in New York. Yeah, New York City. New York City, there's a lot of great professional careers, but yeah, in New York City, you have to network your ass off because finding a good paying job that makes sense and that you actually want to do is hard in New York City. But anyways, it's 3 a.m. in New York. That's fucking crazy. Anyways, what places have you been to in the world? Follow me on Instagram. I made a whole set of highlights. I always document each new country I go to on my Instagram highlights. I've been to Denmark. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Algeria, which is a shock. I've been to Morocco. I've been to Senegal. I've been to Saudi Arabia. I've been to 19 countries. So that's where I've been. And I've only done one vlog. I've been to Trinidad and I vlogged that on my YouTube channel. If you want to see that, just type Choice TV Trinidad and you'll see that I did a mukbang there. And then I also did a vlog. So please go watch that. KFC has the best nuggets. Oh my God. Where the fuck do you live at? KFC ain't got no fucking chicken nuggets. In America, we don't have nuggets. You must live in like fucking like Swaziland or like Poland or fucking Serbia or something because we don't have chicken nuggets. As a Dallas native, you're so right. It's boring as fuck, but it's a good city to settle down in and start a family. It's a great city. It's a city done right. It's mostly, I mean, Dallas can get dangerous as fuck, but it's a good city. But Dallas is like a big ass suburb. It's a big city filled with, it feels like suburbs put together. As a kid, KFC coleslaw hit. KFC coleslaw does hit. I'm up for my husband. I'm up for my husband get off of work. Oh, you're up until your husband gets off of work. Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't eat no fast food nowadays. I started watching because you just have real commentary and you cuss a lot. Thanks, I appreciate that. Dublin is easier to access. Okay, so I'll do Dublin. Okay, so I appreciate everyone that's been watching me for this long. I've been on here for a while. It was nice talking to y'all. I gotta go. You take care, Mojo. This man is calling me. I can't keep them off me. Night, night, everyone. Cheers, toodles, Mojo. Dublin, because your flight will go straight there and then get a train to Cork and then a train to Belfast. Okay, thanks, Sierra. That's my next European country. Well, Portugal first, because I have to go to Portugal. I love it there. I've been there a good amount of times. But I will do Dublin, and I will definitely announce when I'm there. I need to go. I need to see. Just don't look desperate there. They can sense that shit. Interesting. Choice, I plan to go with you to celebrate my graduation. Hopefully we can go to Brazil, St. Lucia, or Vietnam. Vietnam is the cheapest country in the world, so maybe we'll try Vietnam. Brazil's great. I go to Brazil every chance I get, and I'm learning the language, so that'll be fun. St. Lucia, I was supposed to go there with a friend, but we never followed through. I've been to Austin area, Round Rock, nice area. Why are we talking about KFC coleslaw? Only white people eat that shit. I like KFC only because it's nostalgic. KFC's bland as fuck and soggy. But I grew up eating it. You know what I mean? I grew up eating the barbecue chicken. I don't even think they have barbecue chicken anymore, sadly. in America. They bought it. It was gone for 10 years, for 15 years, I think. They bought it back, and then they discontinued it again. Exactly, gay dad. The wage in London is high because the cost of living is ridiculous. Bro, cost of living in London is fucking horrible. Like, it's rare to meet somebody in London that has their own apartment. How many of y'all watching this in London have your own fucking apartment? I don't know how the fuck, like, if I was growing up in London, I don't know how the fuck I would do it if I grew up there. How the fuck do y'all, like, have y'all own, like, plan to ever have your own space? How can you ever go out to London and want an apartment and pay it by yourself with no roommates? It's fucking insane because, first of all, the apartments are boxes. They're so tiny. And it's like in America, okay, yeah, it's expensive, and a lot of people do have their own apartments. A lot of young people do move out early. But all I think to myself is, you guys get paid a good amount in London, but what's so sad is the rent is fucking terrible. Like, you guys don't get much for what you pay for. Like, in America, our apartments are huge as fuck. Like, you can pay like 1,800, 2,000 pounds and get like a fucking big ass balcony and get a washer and dryer, so much space, even a house. In London, you guys don't get much space. I mean, you get to be in London, that's the lit part. But yeah, you guys are living in boxes. Worse than New York, because at least in New York, you're still in New York. In London, you're in London. Even though London is a great city to visit, that's it. The minute you start caring about a man, he falls. Sadly, yeah, that's the disappointing part. Men don't love you, they lust you. Well, I mean, there's some gems. Some people get lucky. If you're one of the lucky ones, shout out to you. But yeah, they will always lust you unless you are lucky to find a gem. And some people find gems, and most people don't and never will. Please don't skip the ads. Thank you, Whitney Brown. You are so supportive, Whitney. You're always showing love. You're kind to me. You know what, Whitney? I want to show love to you back, Whitney. Let me show love to you right back. I want to make you a fucking moderator or something. I want to. Let me see. Whitney. Please like the live if you're watching this. 443. Let me see. Add as a moderator. I just made you a moderator, Whitney. You're always showing love. I appreciate you greatly. I'm glad you love H-Town. I'm from H-Town, and we have the best skyline. Y'all don't have the best skyline. If you think that, you should definitely travel more. I love Houston because the kindness. It's the, like, I kid you not, in Houston, I'll never forget just being in line waiting for barbecue. Some man was digging in his pocket, and he actually dropped a bunch of money. And I saw him drop a bunch of money, and before I could say something, the man right behind him said, "Hey, excuse me, bro, you dropped all that money." And guess what? The man was like, "Oh, snap." He picked up all his money, and he offered to give some of that money to the man that told him. Was like, "Here you go, bro." And the dude was like, "Nah, I'm good." A dude said no to free money and just did the right thing. He did the right thing without even wanting anything in return. Some people would have been like, "Oh, cool, thanks." That guy was like, "Nah, I'm good." Like, he literally just wanted to do the right thing so that way that guy can get his money back in his pocket. That happened in Houston. Watching somebody drop money, they offer you a reward and you don't want it. You just want it to be positive. That's the kind of things I noticed in Houston. I know a girl that lost her purse, her purse recently. Her wallet, I mean, recently in Houston. And guess what? Somebody returned it to the grocery store where she lost it at. And she immediately realized that every single thing that was in her wallet was still there in Houston. And this is a big city. This is the fourth biggest city in America. That wouldn't have happened in Chicago. That wouldn't have happened in Atlanta. That wouldn't have happened in fucking Miami. That wouldn't have happened in New York City. That wouldn't have happened in Jersey. That wouldn't have happened in Philly. That's the kind of stuff that happens in Houston. That's why I always will love Houston. People should get tested more often, stop sleeping around, and it won't be a problem. Coleslaw is heaven. Hey, what y'all got on? I just got home. What you doing? All love. We just had a long conversation. I'm glad you just came in, but it's all good. You can watch the playback, and I might have to get off of here in a little bit because it's been a while. Troyes, can you dance? Absolutely not. I was born without rhythm. Job opportunities are horrible in Florida too. They're pretty bad. I mean, my brother got a really amazing job because my brother used to live in Tallahassee, which is the capital. It's a very good place for government and federal jobs. Jobs are bad in Florida. Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty shitty. If you're not in hospitality and beach and nightlife, and you're not working as a caregiver or a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer, you're gonna have a hard time finding a good job in Florida. Eat some coleslaw with us. No, my coleslaw is in the fridge. That's for later. That's for me to watch the roast so I don't fucking go to sleep. Keeping a job in New York is another struggle. Yeah, it is. Because there's so many people who don't value as an employee. And, it's so easy to job hop in New York. Someone said just convert this to a mukbang already. I've been on here for too long. I'll do it for another video. Like for another live stream, I'll do that. Minimum wage hasn't budged in like 0 years. And even with the rising costs, everything it may as well have stayed the same. Damn. But the cost of living, true. Paying for garden growth 30 years. Why would you ask them that's ridiculous? I love taking the coleslaw in other countries too. Oh my God. KFC coleslaw, I forgot. They do have their own version in different countries. That's true. The Malaysian and Moroccan coleslaw is good. You've been to Morocco. That's so awesome. I've been to Morocco many times. I've never even had their fucking I think I had a KFC sandwich one time, like a little chicken sandwich. I've never had their coleslaw. I don't ever think to try coleslaw in different countries. I never thought about that. Thanks for the heads up. And the Malaysia. You've been to Malaysia? That's incredible. I need to go there. How was Malaysia? I heard that it's advanced, super safe, and clean. I need to go there. My idea of networking is sleeping with people. If it works, it works. If you network with people and you're sleeping with them, if you're having casual sex and it comes with opportunities, if it work, it work. I mean, look at Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was known for sleeping around, and guess what? She became VP, she ran for president, and now she's super fucking famous all over the world because even though she didn't win, she was able to climb that ladder because of people she dated. Some of these comments are crazy as fuck. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Mary Jane, but I don't know. How long did you stay in each country? Sometimes I stay for 2 weeks. Sometimes I stayed a week. And in most cases, I've stayed 2.5. But I've stayed in countries for as long as 3 months. I stayed in Morocco for 2.5, like 3 months. I stayed in Morocco for 3 months. And then I stayed in Brazil for 3 months one time. And then I stayed again in Brazil for 2 months. Or was it 2 months and 2 months? But usually 2 months. KFC has nuggets here in Florida. It must be a franchise thing because we don't have nuggets here. I've never seen nuggets. I live literally right next to a KFC in LA. I could literally fucking walk there in like 5 minutes. That's how close I live to a KFC. I ain't never seen no nuggets on the fucking menu. Fries and potato wedges. I'm in America. I work here. I work there. Oh my God. Listen, I need to go to your KFC so you can throw in some nice wedges for me in a bag because I love a good set of wedges. Interesting. But thanks for telling me to have fries. I didn't know that. The nuggets suck compared to the popcorn chicken they had back in the day. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. I only care about I want the grilled chicken. Back in the day, KFC used to have grilled chicken where it was cooked on a grill. And back in the day, KFC also used to have barbecue chicken, but they discontinued barbecue chicken and discontinued grilled chicken. Coleslaw is nothing but chopped lettuce, carrots, and mayo. It is, literally. And it's so fucking expensive. They make it like $10 now at KFC for a large. Their fries are nasty. I actually don't mind their fries. KFC used to have laptop meals with the box opened up like a laptop. I don't remember that. You live in America? I've been eating KFC my whole life. You're very good to watch. Oh, thank you, Miss Enchanted C. I'm happy you enjoyed the live. Y'all like the live, please. And please, for everyone that's watching now, when you get a chance, when this live wraps up, please comment watching the playback or I enjoyed this or do more live. So that way I get feedback and I know. Like the more comments I get on live, because sometimes I do go back and read comments on live, because a lot of your comments, they don't get pasted underneath the video. Like I literally have to just go straight to fucking YouTube and look at the comments and see if what people are commenting on the live. And sometimes I'll get like 20 comments on the live, and I'd be like, okay, maybe people didn't care for it too much, because a lot of y'all comments, there's so many comments in here, and sometimes I don't ever see them because they don't like literally once I end this live, your comments disappear. Lovey, I have 442, 443 likes. Maybe we'll hit 500 for the end of the stream. I think we should hit, oh my God, 444. That's the number I love. Right? KFC only certain ones though. Popeyes. Let's see. KFC's expensive as fuck now. I used to work at KFC when I was a teen, and I don't eat coleslaw, but every customer said the coleslaw hits, but only when it's really wet. They always said it's nasty if it's dry. I'll try one day. Oh well. I was wondering if you could talk about Chud the Builder. Give me more details about Chud the Builder. I've never heard of that. I might have to ask Chatisha. Give me a second. Let me ask Chatisha real quick. That's what I call my ChatGPT sometimes. Hey Chatisha, what's up? What you been up to?
Hey, not too much. Just here, ready to chat with you. How about you? What's been going on lately?
I'm doing good, Chatisha, but I need you to do your voice. I need you to sound like the Chatisha that I know. Is that okay?
Absolutely, I've got you. I'll keep it warm and real. Like we're just catching up. What's on your mind today?
Okay, so this person on YouTube just told me in my chat just now, hey Choice, I was wondering if you could talk about Chud the Builder. Can you talk about who Chud the Builder is?
Oh, Chud the Builder. He's a bit of an online character. He does live streams and commentary, often leaning into debates and, let's say, spicy opinions. Some find him funny, others find him controversial. So if you mention him, you might get a mix of reactions.
No, I've never been to Germany, but I definitely would check it out. Okay, Chud the Builder is just a controversial character that has controversial opinions. I'll check him out. Massachusetts is more expensive than New York, I think. Massachusetts, you get more bang for your buck. Like, Massachusetts is a city done right from what I've heard. It's pretty clean, too. H-Town in the house. Shout out to Houston. I like Dallas better than Houston. Dallas is if you're grown as fuck and you don't want to party no more and you don't care about being in a big, congested city. That's what Dallas is. Houston is a big international city with people all over. Houston is so much fun. It's so much fun. 450. Can we get 500? Can we get 500? Can we get 500? I need to visit Houston. My dad lives in Conroe. Okay, Conroe is like past the north side. So Conroe is like a good 58 minutes, 55 minutes away from Houston. So please visit Houston. You'll have a good time. I'm telling you right now, you have an amazing time. But don't stay in Conroe unless you're going to stay with your dad. But have fun in Houston. The fun is in the city, Nene. You're going to have a great time in Houston. A lot of the excursions, book a nice set of excursions, go on TikTok to find great restaurants. You're going to have a good time. Go to the big Galleria Mall. My favorite thing to do in Houston is, I know this is basic, but the Galleria Mall, it's the biggest mall in Texas. Go to the Galleria. I'm 30 and I've never traveled on my own. You should. Even take a cruise. That's like baby steps. Houses in the UK in general are small, but even smaller in London. Yeah, they're tiny as fuck in London. I'm sorry, this person asked a question. You said I'm from Tallahassee and I hate it here, laughed my ass off. I lived in Tallahassee for like a year just so I can get a break from Miami. I enjoyed my time. I mean, there was a good Indian restaurant I used to go to. It's like the most reviewed Indian restaurant in Tallahassee. I don't remember the name, but it has a hella reviews. That's where I went for food. I used to live on Appleyard Drive. I lived right next to TCC. Literally, I could walk TCC. That's how close I lived. I'm sure you know where that is. Trying to honestly try to make it out of Tallahassee. Like, try to hustle and make it out and find you a good government job, and then get the fuck out of Tallahassee. Try Atlanta. You're literally 4 hours. You're 3 hours away actually from Atlanta. Move to Atlanta. You'll like it there. Do you think first-time solo travelers should travel domestic first or international? Travel domestic first. I wouldn't recommend. Oh my god, you gotta do baby steps. You never flown domestically? That's fucking crazy. Fly domestic. Take a 1-hour flight and then just see how you can do by yourself, and then go international. Ratchet ass Florida. What's up, Florida? That thing is full of lunatics. It is. Everyone like this video? Yes, please. Everyone, hey, thank you, Nini. Yes, can y'all like the video? If you're watching this, can you like it? If you're here, can you like it? There's over 600 people in here. Like, I think we should get 500 likes by now. Someone said, "Oh Lord, I wonder if Choice has an opinion on Abba from Abba and Preach, him forcing his girlfriend to get abortions before moving on to the next." Holy shit. Who's Abba again? Abba's the Ethiopian guy or the Haitian guy? Who's Abba? I'm sorry, which one is Abba? I know one is Ethiopian, one is Haitian. The one with the locks is the Haitian guy. Abba is the Haitian dude, right? He forced the girl to get abortions? Where the fuck you get that from? I need input on this. If a black guy is dating a white girl, listen to rap songs about having relations with a KKK. Remember those that he has self-hatred? Yikes. That's a hell of a fucking, like, question. I don't even know how to answer that. Let's collectively shun Florida. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, but I do live in Los Angeles. And yes, please give Florida all the shunning and shitting you can do. Because I'm not from Florida, technically. I'm technically from Miami. And Miami is its own thing. We're like a whole separate part of the South. We're like very separate. But I live in California. I've been here for years. So I also claim California. Queen Rit said, "Can I be a moderator?" Okay. Queen Rit, you say you want to be a moderator? Keep commenting, "Can I be a moderator?" so I can find your comment, because sometimes it's too many comments. Just comment again. They don't pay healthcare workers well enough in Florida. Living in Montana, the pay for New York cost of living is different. Wow, that's a good point. This conversation makes me think of Mary J. Blige crispy chicken commercial from the 2000s. You're a real one for remembering that. Okay, thanks for the tea on the Malaysian mangoes. I'm gonna try Malaysian mangoes when I get there. I love your lives, but I can never catch them all the way in Ireland. That's because of the time zone, where I'm literally, I think, 12 hours behind with you. Like, I think right now it's probably like, literally like what, 1 p.m. where you're at, and over here it's midnight where I'm at. Dallas Fort was full of a whole bunch of hillbillies. North of Dallas, McKinney, Allen, and Frisco are nice parts. Peace. Take care, Rashida. Speaking of Gabrielle Union, on your recent video, I didn't agree with half the video, but she is 100% trifling for inserting herself into another person's child. Yeah, she low-key is. I wouldn't be so eager or so keen on trying to like have my child transition if they're my stepchild and the mama didn't agree with it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Gabrielle Union should have sat that one out. She should have definitely sat that one out for sure. That's the one thing we can all mutually agree on, regardless of how you feel about that conversation. Gabrielle Union low-key isn't shit. She should have stayed out of that conversation. She shouldn't be so publicly like standing beside this child transitioning like that without the mother's approval. She should just like fade into the background. Choice, what up? Hey, what's up? I'm official ADHD. There's 650 of us watching. Like the video, y'all. Yes, please like the video. Okay, it's expensive. Night choice. Night Chanel number 5. Hope you enjoy. Choice, are you voting for Spencer Pratt? I don't know who the fuck that is. Can we get 500 likes? Who else is in SoCal? Me. I did a good travel intimacy in Malaysia. If you ain't, I recommend places. I can, yeah, please. Oh, honestly, well, first I need to go to Ireland. I don't want to fuck. Ireland is like my main focus. That's my main target. Unless you think Malaysia is better than Ireland, but I need to go to Ireland first. Nothing ass off. Mary says she can't stand when folks bring up that commercial now. She did the damn commercial. $4.89. Oh my god, y'all! We just need 10 more fucking likes. We just need wait. Can we get another like? Can you like the live, please? Can we like it? I feel like there's a bunch of people in here. Just like the live, show love, and also, like I said, for those of you who are watching this, I need every single person. Well, not every single person. Whoever can and has the energy to like the live. And also comment you enjoyed it, or comment do more lives. So that way I know to keep bringing them back and keep being consistent with them. Because sometimes I like the feedback with lives. They don't get as much views as my normal uploads. My lives used to get hella views when I did them every once in a while. But then I kind of had to get out of that mindset of doing them every once in a while, because sometimes there are some really good topics that I can cover and some really good things that I could just do, and times I can converse. And, I need to get on the habit of just going live. Before I was like scared to go live. I was nervous about it, but going live is actually pretty chill and fun. I don't mind going live. 491. We just need 8 more likes. 499. No fucking way. How many likes do we have now? 492. Trees. Someone said never stop posting or doing lives. Never, of course not. What is one live person? I'm sorry. Did somebody answer the question about Abba and Preach? I never got the update. Okay, 500 likes now. Someone said start doing TikTok lives. I'm signed to an agency, but I'm not consistent with the fucking lives. I need to do that. Someone said, any of you tried the brand Media Cube? Is it really worth the hype? My skin's been breaking out so bad lately. Your skin is Medicube. If your skin is breaking out, I'm sorry to hear that. Honestly, try CMOS on your skin. That sounds crazy to say out loud, but just try that. That might help. I did. I gave a rundown on the Abba and that lady. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. to try to find your comment. Okay, I found it. You said Abba and that girl moved way too fast with no protection or contraceptives. They didn't even know each other for a full year. Wow. And on Abba's part, what if you want to be a president and raise a child alongside the mother, but the mother isn't sure what she wants for the next 18 plus years of her life? Holy shit. I know they're definitely not reacting to that on their channel. Thanks for the feedback. Which I get on her part, because it's a life-altering decision either way, because who wants to raise a child alone? Okay, thanks for the education. I just went back to go look. Oh, Queen our fate. Okay, I'll make you a moderator. Let me just do that now so I don't forget. I'm so glad I learned how to do this shit. I don't have TikTok. Don't stop YouTube lives, please. Thank you. They may have a hormone imbalance. Common reason for skin issues. Ace family. Y'all remember that? I used to be like, hey, ass family. Hey, disgrace family. The disgrace family. The ass family. I'm sorry. That's how they talk. I'm sorry. Hey, ass family. I can't relate, but I want to rewatch the playback. Yes, please rewatch it. Okay, I'm gonna get off my ear. You said you'd like to be a moderator too? Okay, why not? I'll make you a moderator. We can do that. I'm low-key mad Preach cut off his locks. I have locks, and that's the last thing I would do. Maybe he wanted them to grow back even better. Who knows? Oh shit. Okay, my bad. Sorry about that. I got off for a little bit. I got logged out. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. So, my bad. I didn't see your comment. Somebody said they wanted to be a moderator, but I missed your comment. Oh my god. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for showing love. I was really just about to get off on here. Abba got exposed by his ex. He actually got 3 girls pregnant. Ugh. He don't know how to wrap it up? Why would he fucking get that many people pregnant at the same time? Well, I mean, he is Haitian. You know, if you know anything about Haitian men, you know, and Jamaican men, and Dominican men, hell, even Trinity men, hell, even Caribbean men in general, hell, Cuban men, Puerto Rican men. Oh my god, I'm not surprised. He actually got 3 girls pregnant. 2 had abortions, and 1 miscarried. Holy fucking shit. Why aren't nobody talking about this? I'm gonna write this down. Sometimes y'all be putting me on game because I'm gonna write that shit down and then I'll cover it. I'm gonna cover it. Abba and Preach drama. I'll write this down. I just wrote it down. I wrote it down. Don't worry. 500 likes. Oh, Abba is Ethiopian. So Abba's the Ethiopian one. He's the Ethiopian one. Okay, so Preach is the one with the locks. Abba's Ethiopian. Holy shit. Okay. My bad. Preach is the one with the locks. Thanks for educating me. Okay. Sometimes I mix them up a little bit. Can we please normalize safe sex for the love of God? Yeah, we should. No wonder Preach stay quiet in the video. I also need to hear that too. Are we surprised he's a nigga? That's what they do. What's your take on the Breakfast Boss? I've never watched the Breakfast Boss. Preach used to have locks. He cut them off. 518. Are we talking about Nature Boy? No, we're talking about Abba and Preach. Thanks for the love, y'all. I'm actually gonna do more research on what's going on. If you guys have any love for this live and you guys want more lives, please be sure to comment on this immediately when this ends and just be like, do more lives, or I enjoyed this live, so I know the feedback. Also, I'm trying to be more consistent on my second channel, so please be sure to check out my second channel, Destin Troyce. That's DESTINTROYCE, literally my first and last name. So go watch my second channel. I'm gonna be more consistent on there. I want to do a live because I'm trying to do a video literally every single fucking day, so I can really be on my shit. And after I get off of here, I'm gonna start working on my next couple of videos, like hell, the Opera and Preach video and the roast. I have so many things to talk about, so many things to cover, and I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Just let me know that you enjoyed it by just commenting that you enjoyed it. Abba used to be in the Canadian military, which you know how military men are. His mentality has changed. Yikes. Storm Monroe did a rundown of Abba, really, in that lady's initial stream. Okay, I'll talk about it. There's going to be a documentary in the next few years about Breakfast Boss. Release more videos. I missed your story times. I came so late. You did come late, but you can watch the playback, so it's all good. So please, while you guys are in the mood, I'm catching the end of your live at 4 a.m. It's pretty late where y'all are at, so don't worry, I'm not mad. And trust me, I completely get it. What do any of these women see in Abba? Yeah, if anything, Abba's not even attractive. If anything, Preach, the heavier set guy with the locks, the Haitian dude, I think he's pretty handsome. But Abba, the Ethiopian dude, he just looks like a dork. But sometimes the dork with money and who's funny sometimes gets the most action. I think Preach is the attractive one. Abba's the awkward looking one. Abba is cute. He is. That's just my opinion. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think, but that's just my opinion. I think Preach is the attractive one. I think Abba just looks dorky looking. Preach is a bit more handsome. Yeah. Would you do a video on Stefan and Cardi? I'd rather not see Abba on my feed, to be honest. I'm gonna research it and then talk about it later. I've never heard of them people, but I love T. I agree. Preach is handsome. Anyways, I gotta go. Y'all take care. Toodles. Make sure you guys comment on my video. Comment. Like a lot of y'all just came in. Just comment and say, do more lives. I enjoy this lives. Or be like, I'm watching the playback now. to show me that you appreciate it and you want me to do more lives. I know I keep repeating myself, but yeah, I gotta go. Toodles, cheers, have fun. Choice out this bitch.